And we should be live there. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So tonight we have new mic. If you couldn't have told from the notification, we do have our new mic up and running. Absolutely awesome. I was working with Homestar in the Discord server to actually make sure that this was all good to go. He graciously was like, "Hey, Kip, I'll help you out because audio quality is not something I'm not necessarily something that I'm super good at." But it's good to have new mic. My mic arm is fully operational at this point in time, whereas the Blue Yeti I was having on its little stand about 2 feet from my face. So, I mean, you should see a drastic increase in audio quality in terms of Kip. I will also be normalizing this for VODs and stuff. It's actually good practice for me to make sure that I'm hitting certain thresholds and stuff. It sounds crispy. Oh, thanks, chat. The minimum. That is a mood. That is a mood. Ernestietia, I'm so sorry. I definitely butchered that. I apologize about that. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Sucks at Black Mage. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know. I do love my Black Mage though. I do love it. Pint's video did a really good job with melee. Excuse me, magic DPS. I was super happy with that. Sounded bassy as more right. Normally, I hate my voice though. Is the thing. So because like I normally just like normally I don't like it. Radio announcer Kip is here. I mean, according to Homestar, because I'm hitting the threshold I need to. I think it's negative 23 decibels. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not an audio professional. I actually do hit the threshold, the minimum threshold for. Oh god, it's not a winnable cactbot. I hit the minimum threshold for like radio announcer and stuff like that. So fun fact. And then in regards to, I'm gonna be doing some work normalizing some audio and stuff like that. So theoretically, that should even get a lot better as well. Just keep an eye out for that. So far, I'm 10. That's amazing, Kami Kitty. Absolute legend. I mean, so here's the thing, is if you got it, you got it, right? If you got it, rock it, own it, right? Kip does not. Let's read my name backwards. But I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble because I have my monitors at like almost a 30-degree angle because of how I had to do that. Alt, I can't read it backwards. My brain is not doing that right now. I don't know why. My brain's having trouble with that. I need to actually invite... our mod Rev has been pretty busy recently, so unfortunately he hasn't been able to hop on. We are going to make sure that he gets his roulettes done today, though. He's not going to be joining us for voice chat. I'm just making sure that I have a good audio sampling, if that makes sense. A good thing to, make sure everything is running all smoothly, all that fun stuff. Is war magic excluding... What? I'm definitely missing something there. It's fine. I'll do leveling. That's all I care about. Just do leveling. Alte Senrei? I'm sorry, I don't know the meme. But thank you for spelling that. I appreciate that. Hit what I sound like hit on 360 mic when I have a good mic without mic. Yutaka says I apparently sound right now like I'm on a 360 mic, to be fair. And that's also plus audio normalization. Yeah, how's it going, Tony? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I figured we'd have some fun tonight. I need to grind for a bit of 14 anyways. I love the PvP gear for Magic DPS. I'm actually really loving it. But no, it feels really good. And especially because like now that I'm not having to like lean over, if that makes sense, or have to worry about audio quality, right? Well, I mean, obviously I have to be cognizant, right? If I start laughing, I can absolutely peak this mic. But I mean, does it really hit that different? Does it? I'm very happy that it's apparently just that much better, and I'm very thankful to Homestar for running me through that and being like, this is what you need to do. Because that actually made it a hell of a lot easier. But no, I'm very happy it arrived today, and I'm super happy. If anyone's curious what mic I have, I can post it at some point in the server. It was like a $400 mic to clarify, but it's so worth it in my opinion. Also, the representative that I dealt with, I'm not going to name drop them on purpose, not because I don't like them. Absolutely love their work. They were an excellent representative. Absolutely just awesome individual. Helped me through the entire process. Didn't sell me on any BS, if you will, right? I was just like, look, you don't need the $1,200 suite. You can go with the 200. It's fine. So absolutely love the representative. I will be returning to them as a... where am I going? I want to go this way. I will be returning to them with repeat business, especially because I do need to get some more software. I need to get an outboard... I need to get outboard gear. That way I can have the condenser on the outside. I do need to get, once I have a... Which leads into some of my goals. In the next 2 years, I want to leave Idaho. That's kind of my goal, like soft goal, right? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But that's kind of my soft goal right now, is I definitely want to be out of this state in about 2 years, which is, you know, incredibly doable in my opinion. You know, getting into a situation where, you know, I can either have my own office or at least have my own space to kind of do stuff like this, right? That way I'm not having to be, you know, upstairs in an environment. Not that the environment, I'm actually in a really good environment right now. It lets me pay off bills a lot better. But I will say that, you know, I definitely want to leave the state in a soonish capacity, we'll put it that way, with cool buttons. I mean, I could probably do some fishing at local pawn shops in the area. I mean, I've seen, you know, mixers and stuff. I've seen mix amps. I've seen, you know, them all over the place. But I would preferably... I will... Is that Marie Calliope? What? But no, I would love to... I'm going to be going back to Sweetwater. I think that it was awesome. I'm enjoying everything about this so far. It's perfect. Leaving a comment on YouTube correcting you about the pluralization of octopus. But it is octopuses because it's Greek. It's not octopi. I think octopi would be... I don't think it's Roman. It would be octopuses, though, from my understanding. Last couple of weeks went better. Sent in my series. Just got checked in. Got a replacement. That replacement could play games on the internal drive. Could play games. Send it back. I'm sorry that's happening, HJ. Well, hopefully it gets fixed this time around, right? How is Final? Final what? I see you, Rev. I see you there. Mommy Chaos, thank you for the gifted sub. I definitely appreciate it. Coming to Texas, we have Whataburger States. To be fair, Shirakami Fubuki loves Whataburger. Like, she saw Whataburger, or was it Watame? No, it was Watame, right? Watame, on stream. She found out that Whataburger was an actual thing. I am merging into the Marie Calliope. That's Final Fantasy. It's really good. I like it. There are definitely some critiques I have as far as being a... I almost said New Light. I actually almost said New Light. In regards to being a Sprout, ARR has some rougher points. The reason it's blacking out is I have to add the tab out. But other than that, I mean, I'm liking the game. Let's put it this way. I'm in ARR, and people have told me I'm playing the game wrong, which is absolutely correct. I'm also not your average player. I'm a dingus, if you will. My class, I have 2 max level classes, and I haven't even entered the first expansion yet. Like, roulettes are just that good. So I have Black Mage and Red Mage both at 90, and I'm going to be working on Summoner. Blue Mage is one of those that you can't technically get to 90, and plus I got to get 2 expansions to actually make Blue Mage work anyways. So if anything, I'm looking at Summoner, so Summoner and probably Samurai. I'll get up to 90 next. You can tell which type of class I favor. Service 2016. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, hardware used to just be built different. Let's put it that way. You're a Sprout. I'm a cat man. I mean, yeah, for now. It's Homestar sent you a wall of observations. I definitely appreciate it. I will definitely be looking at those. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can. I also was debating before stream. Is that the alien from Final Fantasy IX? That is the alien, right? From Final Fantasy IX, I think. Dirty Spellcaster. Says the Red Mage main. Kiwi's built different, but truly built silly. I mean, yeah. But Kiwi is still built legendary. Let's be real. Hi, how's it going, Blue Bomber? I see nothing. What do you mean I see nothing? It's an alien. It's the alien from Final Fantasy IX. What do you mean, Rev? I'm playing some Warzone, so I'm lurking. Yeah, go for it. Get some Warzone in. Smooth Samurai main as well. I like Samurai. I like that it has the different, like, what is it, at least at 50, right? I mean, classes change every 10 levels, which makes sense because, you know, every expansion after AR is 10 levels, right? I mean, you're gonna have Heaven's Ward is the next one, right? Heaven's Ward is what, to 60, Stormblood's to 70, Shadowbringers to 80, Endwalker to 90. The new one's gonna be probably, I don't think we've gotten confirmation if we have a level increase or not on this one. The one that was just revealed, I can't remember. It's the beach episode expansion, let's be real. I don't know if we have that, but I'd be very interested to see how it goes. There's no alien kip. Yes, there is. What do you mean? It comes down the UFO. Within a mile, house boom shaky. That's always funny. I love when it rains. The last time I saw it rain was when I was up in Rigby at the SCA event, and it started hailing. Oh, it was so good. I miss rain, and we don't get it here. We really don't. 100 confirmed. Oh, okay, so we are going. And so that being said, you know, every expansion going up 10 levels, I mean, it makes sense that the class is going to change, even in a minor capacity. Black Mage at 50 is not Black Mage at 60, is not Black Mage at 70, is not Black Mage at 80, is not Black Mage at 90. I dare say it's not going to be Black Mage at 100. You know, it's one of those that, like, I'm aware the class is going to change. So I can grind level, melt my smooth brain. I feel like I'm just too far behind at this point. I would love to, but I'm also just behind. Going to Mexico in the next expansion. I thought we were going to... Actually, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I'm not far enough that I don't feel I could do a reaction to it. Like, I feel like if I did, it just wouldn't be... I don't know, what's the word? I mean, I could. Like, there's nothing stopping me from doing a reaction to the new expansion trailer. I just feel it wouldn't be proper, if that makes sense. Monsoon clouds to affect up Colorado, flash flood warning. Yeah, especially in Colorado, the fucking flash floods can get a little sussy. I'm hoping you guys are safe, or at least hope you guys can ignore the brunt of it, right? I hope it goes around you. Next summer? Interesting. Already melted, just finished. Malfeasance do feel like that, though. It really do. Hates on beans. Kiwi do not like beans, and Kiwi is wrong. Yeah, it's poo-poo. It's from 8 or 9. I can't remember which one. I know for a fact I saw it. It was actually in a Peanut Butter Gamer G-Files back in the day. I know what I'm talking about to an extent. He is hating beans. SMH when Kiwi isn't even on Final Fantasy XIV right now. SMH. It's gotta be 9. 9 sounds correct. You'd be a bit lost in like me watching Destiny 2 trailer and I think right. And it's like I don't want to go into I'm gonna go review the new expansions trailer when I don't even know what happens in Stormblood, right? I don't know. Just to me, it feels like I could do this, but why? Endings in Cyberpunk waiting for fans to hope it was good. Hopefully, Cyberpunk needs a lot of love right now. I'm hoping that it's able to get the love and affection that it needs. I'd be a little cranky if it never got its multiplayer mode. However, I mean, as long as the game gets love. 8.2, my bad. Did 8 have multiple versions? I don't think 8 had multiple versions, though. I'll have to look into it. I know for the fact the alien exists, and I actually didn't know you could get a minion of it in this game. Never go to the loss of a new light campaign stuff, mostly because... Well, so here's the thing, though, is like losing a bunch of the campaigns and stuff when they merked it from the game. From my understanding, it did leave gaping codes or holes in the code. So like, yeah, you're gonna run into their new quote unquote new light stuff, right? Their new light quests, and it's just gonna glitch out, which I've seen multiple times that it glitched out. Or they take items out of the game and people tell them if you take items out of the game you're gonna have issues, and lo and behold they have issues. You know, I don't know. I have to like look at it and be like, didn't WoW Cataclysm do something similar, right? Didn't it do something similar in regards to certain areas got changed? But you also had a time warp mechanic that you could just go back before the Cataclysm, I think before Deathwing. I'm not too well read up on WoW. I apologize if I'm getting details wrong. But you get what I mean, right? It's one of those that like, you know, if we're going to be fair, we got to be fair and critical to everything. There it is. There is my conditional virtue. I don't know anything about this boss, but I want to fight him. He looks sussy. Let's put it that way. Half a chat's like, excuse you? Pain? What do you mean pain? Rev, pull out your conditional virtue. I know you have it. Rev is choosing to ignore me with his red panda son. Oh shit, is he actually gonna bring it out? There it is. See, there it is. See, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. It's a certain kind of pain, it sounds like. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, having a mic arm has definitely made this a lot better and a lot more enjoyable in terms of streaming. I feel like I don't have to lean over as far, and I kind of dig it. Nico Cosmetics, I'll forgive them. I mean, I'd be surprised if they ever added anything like Vocaloid or anything like that. I'd be very surprised if they added that. I don't think it's just chicken. I don't think it's in their purvey like to add it. It just doesn't make sense for. But I mean, I don't know. Arc Knights collab, right? In whatever capacity that is in, right? So I mean, if we're being technical, right? Technically, it could happen out of Fortnite stuff. I mean, yeah, but Fortnite's kind of the same vein of things, though, right? Where Hatsune Miku, Project Diva, that's more the games that are released are more rhythm games, right? Destiny, at face value, isn't a rhythm game. You could argue it kind of is. Well, I mean, you could argue things like old school RuneScape are a rhythm game from how the tick meter works, right? How ticks work in old school RuneScape. There is argument that you could actually classify old school RuneScape as a rhythm game, which is actually kind of cool when you think about it. But I don't know if Destiny classifies in the same way. But once again, Arknights, so anything's up in the air. Exceeding you, Rune Games for yo, Tamsin, you're fine. I needed to actually put that on anyways. So when I play games, I'll play them in a specific way. The biggest thing is that if I ask for assistance, that's fine. If I go, Rev, I want to go do House of the Dead 1 through 200, right? I'm sure Rev could be like, okay, so what you're currently doing, don't do that. You're going to do this instead, right? Okay, cool. We're on the same page. However, you know, like, if I don't ask for it and then everyone starts chiming in and we tell people to stop, right? What do you mean bugger off? I want the title, Rev. It's going to happen. If I don't ask for it and it's unsolicited advice and I ask for it to stop and it doesn't, that's when I start getting a little just apprehensive. So I'm enjoying the game at my own pace. I am aware doing this in ARR is not efficient. I understand I also come from RuneScape where the game doesn't even start until you hit like 90. I've played RuneScape for how many thousands of hours at this point? Let me actually go check my Steam time while we're waiting, because maybe 14 doesn't like being desynced. Give me a second. So if I go to, I have, and just on Steam, I have 1,011 hours, right? I still can't access Firewatches. I still can't do Menaphos. I still don't even have half the quest log. I hate questing. I hate questing with a passion, right? It's just how I play games. I don't like leveling. I want to just level up and then be done, and then I'll do that. That is a very off-brand way to play this game. It is a way to play the game, don't get me wrong. But if you're a sprout in this game, don't do what I do, because you're gonna miss some stuff. I have a very specific way that I am tailoring my gameplay. Beach is really the game. Remember the multiple times we beat our desk after one guy fucks up the raid? I mean, it depends. Like, so like oracles are kind of rhythmic, right? You could argue that, right? Is that the MSQ quest give you enough XP to level multiple? Right, yeah, no, and that's the thing, is like I'm at the point where the game is still slow, which I'm actually surprised that, you know, we haven't queued up for leveling actually yet. That's a little weird. But yeah, no, it's one of those things that like I'm playing in a very odd manner, and I totally get that. If I want to streamline something and I ask, that's a little different. And at that point I have asked, so it's just like, Kip, you literally can't get mad at that, which no, you can't get mad at that, nor will I get mad at that. It's when I have comments, you know, just, and it's been across platforms, right, of just how I'm playing it wrong. At a certain point I just gotta call it, be like, look, please no backseating. Questing in, I can't stand it. I still have to do stupid livid farm to get God, it's the spell that protects, the emergency protect. I can't remember what it's called. Disruption shield. I still have to get disruption shield, but livid farm is going to take me forever. I have the quest done. It's just the minigame portion of it's awful, because it's just dated content. Everybody else's outfits faster can't let me giant rat head. I mean, to be fair, giant rat head kind of based. Rat King. Monday roulettes are done very early this afternoon. I guess that's fair, yeah. I am on way later. I actually wasn't even going to play this tonight, when I'm just like, you know, I haven't done roulettes. I kind of want to just sit down for a bit, and we're going to have some fun. I will say that Summoner is the class that I don't quite get quite yet. I am going to have to finagle and test with this class a little bit, if it will, because of how the carbuncle and the summon mechanics work. We don't have a small. I am Sag. It's fine. I just need to cast Rune. PvE Red Mage, but I love PvE Red Mage. So, I mean, our mod Revibara in chat is going to be, I would argue, the better between me and someone else in chat, right, to answer Red Mage questions, because I'm awful at Red Mage in PvP. I also can't stand Red Mage. Showed up on my YouTube timeline for some reason. Hi, how's it going last night, Locker? Hope you've been enjoying the content. I actually just upgraded my mic today, so there should be a drastic increase in quality over the coming weeks. And I'm almost there in terms of... My model is so close. My model is so close to being done. It just needs the rigging. It'll be done sometime mid next month. I'm gunning for September 1st. If everything is done sooner, I will do a debut sooner. I am doing as best as I can. Kip potato, no more. And that's the thing, like, I actually really like this. It's a very comfortable setup. I actually really like that the mic arm is this way. And Homestar in the server had to help a lot with the setup, which thank you again. I really appreciate it. Because it's been a journey to get it to this point. And even then, I actually have the software now. Once I go into DaVinci Resolve, I can start normalizing audio and stuff like that. So reactions, reasonably, we should be seeing an increase. Under status affliction. What do you mean? What status affliction? Oh, no? Maybe? I don't know. No potato. You don't want to be small, but you can be small. I can't be small because I like miqo'te aesthetic too much. And using heat codes for Doom Eternal and me, I went through the trouble to get them. I mean, honestly, and that's how I kind of view it, right? Like, it's Dead Space and the foam finger, right? Since I did Dead Space 2 on the 360, and I did it legit to get the foam finger, I really didn't mind transferring a save file over. Like, it's why actually in Dead Space Remake I haven't done it. This year I might go through Impossible. I'm debating on it. It might make a fun stream. What about reminding you of things you're forgetting to use, like stances? Not right now. Roulettes are easy enough to brute force right now. There's really no need for me to. And if anything, I do have a mod team that I can reach out to. Like, Rev taught me the entire rotation for Bread Mage that I can use currently. And I actually have his exact bar for when I do all the class quests and stuff for Red Mage. Like, I'm good for the moment. Cat outfits in the game. I don't know how to feel about Modern Warfare 2 right now. Adding Nicki Minaj feels like... So here's the thing. Adding Nicki Minaj is like... I don't know. It's not even that I have anything against her. I'm just kind of apathetic. I'm just like, okay, you're an person. Snoop Dogg makes sense, though. Snoop Dogg actually kind of makes sense to be added to the game. I kind of like that. Gotta get the Snoop Doggy dog, if you will. However... I don't like the whole Izanami, excuse me, I said Izanagi. I don't like the whole Izanami Izzy controversy, quote unquote. It's not really a controversy. It's people who desperately need professional help reaching really far. And I don't want to reward that kind of behavior from a company that is going to cater to those individuals. So that's kind of where I'm at this point in time. Now, this is subject to change. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with Call of Duty right now. I'm kind of streaming internally, but hold until last. No, you're fine. Like, that's the thing. I until 50, I just cast Ruin. And, I mean, that's going to get me through, like, what? My roulettes at this point in time. That's fine. I will learn Summoner properly once I probably get to post 50. Controversy is stupid. It is. Like, it shouldn't even exist in the first place. I'd argue it's not even a controversy. It's just people not understanding how the world works. Which, like, I don't know. That's one of those things that I don't want to really get into because of the potential for... I don't even know. It's like potential people to backlash at me, right? But I'm just like, I don't want to discuss it because it feels like it's an obvious thing. Like, we don't... They're not... These aren't even equatable concepts. That was a stretch. It was a stretch, and that's the problem, is that it's such a stress that giving it legitimacy is problematic, is how I look at that. And so thus, what do, right? Do I actively run a smear campaign against Activision? No. I tell them that they're making stupid decisions, right? And that's, you know, I would argue my ability to, not only as just a content creator, but as a person, right? However, what do? I play other games. I play Final Fantasy XIV. I play Dead Space. I play other games that I want to play that I feel are worth my time. And I deny them that metric. That's all I can do, and that's all you really need to do. Voice crack? Did my voice just crack? It could have. My voice does weird things. Think about the Twisted Metal. So I actually saw Charlie's video apologizing about Twisted Metal. I have not played Twisted Metal, and honestly, from the trailers, I really actually didn't feel the desire to watch it. But seeing Moist Critical actually go back and say, actually, this was kind of good. I kind of want to go watch it and reward it. And like, I agree with this sentiment. If everything in the advertising material, as boring as I saw it, was the absolute worst parts of the show, I could see it being some sort of internal sabotage. Like somebody was like, well, we got to make this due to licensing or something like that, but they wanted it to fail, so they set it up for failure, right? I mean, I could totally see that. Is that what happened? No, I have no evidence of this. However, you know, I could see it's not outside the realm of possibility. PlayStation first 80 tips. I can say from the new player perspective, honestly, just pick what you want, pick what looks fun. Like, so for example, I actually started as the bunny race, right? The Viera, I think is the name. And I ended up swapping over to miqo'te because I like cat aesthetic, right? So it just works. As far as I'm aware, all the signs and constellations and stuff when building a character used to have buffs, but not anymore. So really do whatever you think is going to be thematic, and don't worry about being locked into a single job because you are not, right? Like, you will hit up, just do your MSQ. I don't do it, but I'm also the weird one here. Do your main story. Even if you just do the main story and you know have 1 or 2 classes that you want to level up, that's all you really need to do. Don't worry about being a completionist. That's kind of what I have what I can attribute to. If you're wanting a more experienced expertise opinion on that, I mean, there are definitely people in chat that can help you. Human thaumaturge, right? Into K-pop and K-pop. Armored Core does look. I'm probably gonna get it. Yutaka and I were talking recently, and I actually had no plans on getting it, but I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll get it. So I'm excited. So glad they used it. You're right, isn't his name like Sweet Tooth, right? I don't know enough about Twisted Metal. That being said, I am glad that, you know, one, I really like Charlie, and my respect for him just continues to go up. That he's willing to put out a piece, and he's willing to put out another video redacting a prior thing that he said that, you know, he would consider incorrect. Not every creator does that, right? And that shows a lot of character and integrity, and I'm very, you know, I dig that. You know, I respect that. I don't know. I will probably give it a watch at some point, but you know me, I'm a workaholic, and I have trouble actually sitting down and doing things. As any of my mods can tell you, getting me to sit down and not do things is a challenge. Next season of Modern Warfare 2 due to it being Shadow Company themed. I love Shadow Company, and I kind of want... It's going to be interesting to go back and play, because I got to go bully one of the mods to play Modern Warfare 2 again, the old one. I got to go bully them to play Spec Ops, and that'll be fun. Man, that works different language and culture that sounds something. That's the thing. It's not even. So here's the thing. It's such a reach to consider Izanami in that light. It is such a reach. I'm not even willing to entertain the idea, and I go by the logic of these people just need mental help. They need professional help, because that's just not how the world works. It's really not. Well, Kip, how do you say it's problematic? I mean, remember, we used to have the Manji, and I believe Celtic culture as well used to have a similarly themed icon symbol, right? And guess what World War II Germany took? And now you can't equate the older symbols without misrepresenting it as a whole, right? I would argue most people would look at a Manji. Most people would look at the was it Celtic or Scottish? I actually can't remember. But look at, other equivalents of the Manji or symbols of that nature, and they're immediately going to attribute it to World War II, right? And that's not fair. It's also not fair because, right? Like, think about it like, I'm going to stray away from that because it's getting to a weird religious iconography debate, and I don't want to discuss religion. I don't want to go there. The way I see it is it's unprofessional. I do think that Activision is enabling people here. I don't think that this is proper behavior from a company, and these people that are trying to reach and try to pervert a sacred figure, as Izanami is one of the deities of Shinto, the mythos, right? They can go get bent. Like, not even gonna sugarcoat that. But that's kind of where I stand on that. I'm just like, whatever. I have other things I can play. I'm not gonna give in to people that don't want to, that just don't want to. Questing worst case about the stories and the puzzle, just ironic since puzzle games. So RuneScape has some good quests. I will say, I want Final Fantasy to blow Extinction, the end of God Wars Dungeon 3, right? With Saren and the God Eggs, right? The Elder God Eggs. That is my favorite quest of all time in an MMO to date so far. And yeah, I've played less than you think I have, but still, I played MMOs, right? I want Final Fantasy 14 to blow that quest out of the water. That is my goal going into 14. I want to find a quest that is going to blow Extinction out of the water, right? There, especially the family OST that plays during the final fight against Saren with the God Eggs, right? Absolutely beautiful. It is perfect. And I actually really love that. So I definitely want to be blown out of the water. Watching for all on YouTube. How's the grind going? It's going pretty well, Ultra Crit. I just hopped on in for some roulettes tonight. You know, new mic as well, so just giving that a run out on stream. VOD format and React content going forward, it should be a little better audio quality wise, as I have means to normalize it now. So that is something that I am actually incredibly looking forward to. I'm very happy about that. Rev, I'm gonna have you swap over while I'm repairing this. Swap over to whatever class you're going into. We're gonna do trials next, actually. That's the one we're gonna do. I'm already 30. I actually need to level up Arcanist and Summoner anyways, because I need to be able to just blitz all the summons. Because I'm assuming Bahamut's at 50. Sword Art Online, love it, loved it. I think I only watched up through so I watched up through Gungale, so season 2 part 1. I think season 1 part 1 Aincrad should have been a full season. I think that it was too short. I like the world building. I do like Laughing Coffin. Laughing Coffin. I almost said coughing like Pokemon, right? I do like them as a concept. I actually really liked it. It gets a little like grabby in a not good way. And from my understanding, season 3 as well of Sword Art actually had a content warning, from my understanding, which I'm not going to disparage. I will say, you know, if you're going to tell a story like that, having a content warning for that kind of thing is the absolute appropriate call, and I can respect that. But yeah, no, I actually have seen Sword Art. I actually need to go watch it again. Heathcliff is actually one of my favorite characters, just because of like big F off shield, right? Has some good moments. I mean, yeah, the thing, I want 14 to blow RuneScape's, you know, one of their end-all be-all quests out of the water, and that's my goal for going into this. It gets dark in season 3. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard, I think I knew someone who allegedly did lines for it. I'm not gonna name them, even if that's true, right? I don't want to. Anyways, moving on from that, right? I did hear, as season 3 was coming out, I heard that it was going to take a little bit of a darker turn. TRT RPG with a crying into my art. I hope it was in a good way, right? I hope it gets in a good way. SAO Bridge, so damn funny. I have not seen SAO Bridge, and I need to. There's a couple really popular abridges. Like, I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged might be funny. Did I not queue up? Am I just dumb? I am just dumb. Okay, there we go. I don't know why it did that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Nothing happened, chat. On a slightly too long ending story, 25 floors early, because the writers just got bored. I would have to go through and read the entire Aincrad plot, because I heard the manga does it a lot better. I'm no stranger to series where the manga does a hell of a lot better. Like, for example, when I was in high school, there was an anime coming out on Toonami. It was on Toonami still, I think. Dead Man Wonderland. Maybe you've heard of it. I thought it was kind of cool, actually. I actually really liked what Dead Man Wonderland was doing. And they kind of ended it with just this, you know, cliffhanger on Shido. And it's like, it didn't, the manga didn't even end that way. I think the manga actually got a lot darker. But I mean, you know, think of it like this. My high school career was too late after Fruits Basket. You know, we were going past the Wakomunda art and Bleach. Naruto versus, what was high school actually? Naruto versus Pain was still pretty new when I started high school. I remember reading, because I had this like weird remedial class because I failed calculus. Because as it turns out in the state of Idaho, regardless of what math level you are, even though Algebra 2 is required to graduate. Yeah, it's Algebra 2. I had to think about it for a second. You know, if you could be in math analysis, right? You could be, you know, 2 levels, 3 levels higher than that. You have to do the subsequent math class and pass it regardless. I think it's incredibly unfair personally. However, you know, to each their own, right? It's one of those things that, like, I had a remedial class because I had to give up my last semester of Japanese to do the stupid remedial class. But I remember just reading manga. Back in the day, we had Manga Panda. I was reading the releases of Naruto on the weekly. And realistically, I was doing L5R, lore research, Naruto CCG stuff in that class because, I mean, I did my senior project in about 2 weeks. Like, it's not that I was a dumb kid. I was just lazy and just didn't want to do it. Not watching SAO Bridge like SAO. I'll get around to it. Don't worry about it. At some point, I will do it. Whether it's me doing a reaction to it or whether it's me doing, you know, it off stream, maybe as a watch party or something like that, it'd be great. No! How could you? There we go. Commence. It's not going to be Titan, Rev. It's not going to be Titan. It's not going to be Titan. It's not Titan. There's not only Titan in this rotation. Feel me, I feel that. Is my favorite. I need to go watch Hellsing. It's my favorite. I love him. Everyone hates this boss fight, but I actually love King Koopa. I really dig it. I need to go watch Hellsing Ultimate because I remember old Hellsing. Hellsing Ultimate was up to like episode 4 when I last watched it, and since then obviously it's finished. My high school was also Evangelion 2.22. You Cannot Advance. I think it was the one. No, it was Redo, right? That was brand new when I was in high school, and I remember watching the Rev, you just hating. Mugomog is fine. How you doing? Going pretty well. How about you? It is going pretty well. New mic is going great. I'm actually really digging the new mic smell. Like, I can't describe it. It's not like new car smell, but it's actually this really great smell, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, we need to not stack. That's a lot of damage. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. And maybe? Yes, I got it off. Okay. We should be finishing pretty soon, actually. I think that's what, it's 5 down? It's cool, but also feels a little weird point. I will have to go back through. I will have to go through Hellsing Ultimate, and I'll have to go back to the original Hellsing because I'm very curious what they retrain versus don't. Right? I'm very curious on the minute differences. I actually really liked Hellsing. Hellsing is probably one of the only anime that I'm like, this dub does a lot better job than the sub. Not saying the sub is bad by any means. I'm just like, it was great. How do you overcome the Hellsing dub? It's really great in my opinion. I'm going to go take that one. And it smells like microplastic. No, we're on macroplastics now. That's the meta. That's a tank buster. Hope you brought your raincoat because the first three are a splash zone. I have no context, and that joke is just amazing. We must hail to the Kupo. I can just see Rev just seething. Organic plastics. I mean, technically, aren't all plastics organic? Because, you know, they're from dinosaurs. Ow. Let me focus for just a second here. I'm so used to having range and being a physical DPS, I don't have that range. So it's kind of fucking with me a little bit. I'm not using the stupid limit break. Someone else can use it. I am not adult enough to use that limit break. Yeah, we're gonna get out of that. I will take that poison damage. I'm like, that ain't happening. Just swing sword. I mean, yeah. Jokes that have been missed. I'm sure you have. I have not seen the series. What am I missing? I'm missing the third one. I'm missing Kasha. Hit empty sword, go bonk. I mean, it kind of do, though. Okay, so... yeah, I'm gonna get damaged by that. That's fine. I will take a single hit over, like, 5 hits. to... That's Tank Buster. Twitch ads, why? There's nothing I can do about Twitch ads. I know that they're annoying. I cannot do anything about it, so I apologize. That's about SAO Abridged. I don't think I did. I must have missed it. I apologize. I'm trying the best I can. Once I'm out of Moogamog, it should be a little easier. Hey, how's it going, Black Roses? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Welcome to stream tonight, where it's off cuff. I have a new mic, which is kind of spicy. It's kind of crispy, if you will. There we go. I'll take this one. It's okay. We killed him anyways. He cannot stop. I'm 163. I don't understand. menacing Mog Gun. That's the one. Oh, I forgot my commendations. It's fine. Everything's fine. No, I enjoy it. I enjoy Samurai. It definitely is one of those things that I have to like turn my brain slightly to the left to understand. But I mean, I like it. I actually really do. Give me my repair. Old Capsca Air brought here wrecking chat lecture stuff. What is going on tonight? We have some 14 going on tonight. Welcome. Thank you for everything that you did in the Cap Scouts. Buddies of mine's in the was in the Cap Scouts. Absolutely love them. Absolute legends. I hear the Grog, unfortunately, is one of those that there must be a gathering of Cav Scouts together to partake in. That's one of those that I will definitely respect, but also, being the lightweight that I am, it will probably floor me. So welcome. We got 14, just doing some leveling. Gonna do some MSQ tonight, little main story stuff. If I can get to Shiva, I mean, I might be happy. And mechanics have become more standardized, not guess whether something is a Tank Buster or a Flare. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, this is still, like, really early game that I'm in. So it's unfair to judge the whole game on it. The entry to it for some new players is going to be a pain in the butt, though. Like, that is the third time tonight that it has done that. Main scenario, join. I gotta be hitting withdraw or something. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, we're just chilling tonight. We are having fun. We're leveling up, giving my new mic a run, if it will. So it's been pretty good so far. How are you doing tonight? When's the new model coming out? So that is going to be coming out. My slated date is September 1st, as of recording this. September 1st, 2023. Yeah, we're in 2023. I had to think about that for a second. That's my estimated release on it. I can't make it quicker because it's rigging. That's the current task. And rigging that many layers is just going to be a pain in the butt. It's one of those things that, you know, just like, look, take the time you need. If you need an extension, go for it. That's why I'm setting it out to about the 1st, because then everything should theoretically be done at that point. And if not, I mean, worst case scenario, right? If it's not done by then, oh darn. Excuse me. If it's done before then prior, excuse me, that's what I meant to say. If it's done, say, by the 20th, oh darn. I just do an early debut. That's what I meant to say. Thank you for that, chat. The ritual is required. I hear that it is. I hear that it is. And that's one of those things that I love speaking to my buddy about it. Because, like, he's done things. He slept with the 50 cal. There are things that he... Not that he's, you know, under an NDA or anything like that. It's just that I, as a civilian, wouldn't get it. About the Krog, so it's different depending on the unit. Also on 14, been here since 2017. Yeah. From 2004 to... That's nice. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you again for everything that you did. Hopefully your time in there wasn't awful. I know it can be for some people. For some other people, it's fine. Like, my buddy still talks to the people that were in his unit. And yeah, no, 14 is a great game. I'm absolutely loving it. Mortal Kombat 1 DLC characters. I have not. I know there's been some memes about it. I haven't really seen the news, though. A somewhat decent bump in player count when the Xbox release. Yes. Xbox sorely needs an MMO. I know it used to have Neverwinter, but I think that was back when, you know, Josh Drive Hayes played Neverwinter on a, you know, like, wasn't he one of the best demon hunters in the game or something like that? Like, Josh Drive Hayes has an entire video on his feats, his you know, time, his tenure in Neverwinter, and then it became super pay to win. I don't even think Neverwinter is up anymore on the Xbox store. So yeah, no, having 14 would be a great bump for a lot of people there. Watch history videos and armchair historians so we understand it more. The equipment plans. I can only... So here's the thing. I can understand so much. I have to stop myself and will stop myself before the point of saying, oh, I understand it 100%, because I don't. I could not pass basic. you know, and you know, I'm okay admitting, like I'm fat. Let's be real. I am just not in the shape, you know. I got a couple health, like my eyes alone are just gonna be awful, right? I can't do that. It'd be ill of me to say that I can completely understand, you know, the service member experience when I physically can't. I can empathize, I can seek to understand, but I can never truly say, you know, I'm also a huge thing about stolen valor, right? I can't say that I'm, you know, I could have done that. I could have passed basic. No, I couldn't have. Maybe in high school, but I'm not going to use that as a selling point. I was lazy in high school. Four horsemen, Jimmy, Jack, Johnny, and Jose, one shot each and a glass of, oh my gosh, you legends. Come to Xbox at 7.0 over this. Yes, no, 7.0 is going to be a huge time for this game. I'm really happy for it. I have not seen the update trailer for it, but I'm very happy that the game is still getting pretty consistent report and good support at that. Because, I mean, it's one thing to support a game, right? So, for example, say Destiny, for instance, right? Season of the Deep comes out. People are just like, okay, but we fixed the servers yet, right? Oh, new week comes out, right? Okay, but what's fixed, right? Versus a game like 14, where every time you get a patch, right, you know, 6.4, 6.5, expansion 7.0, right, you're happy the patch is coming out and there's a lot to do. You'd always play Dragonborn at launch. Yeah, Josh Strife Hayes went into that. You can, at least at the time he made the video, you could pay to win that game by getting just certain races and crates and stuff. They try to beat you to death with the MTX store button. Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing that a lot of MMOs face. I know, what is it, Alamigo? There's a couple bigger foundries that MMOs get funneled into. Josh Strife Hayes, Callum Upton, I think Kara TV as well, to an extent, goes into a few of them, but they're kind of where MMOs just kind of go to die, quote unquote, where they'll get reworked with giant MTX options and stuff like that. Like combat was fun. And the thing, I mean, it doesn't have to be the biggest MMO, right? I mean, Yutaka enjoys Mabinogi. I mean, I, for a time, enjoyed RuneScape when it was a lot smaller. Let's put it that way. Lord of the Rings Online, I would argue still a smaller MMO, but it's a very good, stable MMO, right? You know, it doesn't have to be the biggest. As long as you find enjoyment in it, it's all that matters. New Squaresoft CEO is a 14-player. Trailer so you could see it at the same time. That's actually respectable, though. I dig that. I feel that Japanese gaming companies are kind of on a roll right now, and I'm kind of digging it. So think about it this way, right? We had FromSoft, right? We had FromSoft release Elden Ring to mass critical acclaim. Like nearly everybody, I would argue, loved Elden Ring, right? And then we have Capcom launching Resident Evil 4 Remake, which, yeah, sure, there's the ticket option. I guarantee you, the ticket thing, the upgrade ticket purchase for like $5 or whatever, right? All that is them just ticking a box. Like, hey, we need to have some sort of microtransaction option. Cool, here you go. You can buy these upgrade tickets. It doesn't affect... It can affect play, don't get me wrong. Who's going to use it in speedruns, right? No one's going to use it in speedruns. Does it affect how you play the game at face value? Like, are you getting, I don't know, like a Riot Gun Plus, you know, right off the bat? No. I mean, in my opinion, it is within acceptable parameters, and RE4 Remake still functions really well. Unlike Dead Space Remake, which I'm going to have to do a fresh install of Dead Space Remake. I really do feel like the subsequent patches did destabilize the experience. So I'll do a fresh install before I do it this October, which we have, plug, this October is, this Spooktober, if you will, is going to mark Kip's fourth Dead Space Spooktober in a row. So we'll be doing Dead Space, Prot 1, probably Dead Space Remake as well. I'm debating on if I want to do 2 or 3, and then depending on request, potentially Phasmophobia as well. Kip has not played Phasmophobia, but I'm definitely willing to play Phasmophobia, and actually have a couple people that I'm, you know, that have said, you know, hey, you're playing this, right? Online is fun. I want specific shit from TV shows. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, I mean, if you're fine with that, right? I mean, like, we still have like EVE Online and stuff that has an entire economy behind it, right? You just got to know what you want to go in for, right? You just got to know what experience you want to go in for in an MMO. I'm meant to pop in to see what's going on real quick. Not watching now because my VTubers are popular. I mean, so VTubers are popular for several reasons. One of them is that a lot of them can have that comfy air to them, right? Some of them also hyper specialize. Like, for example, I was watching Cottontail VA earlier, which I have a video of theirs up on the React channel. If vaguely, you know, snapshot of what their content's like, right? And I mean, you can go there for you know, wholesome ASMR 18 plus content, right? You have other VTubers that are strictly 18 plus, right? You know, you have lewd tubers as they call themselves, and they hit a certain demographic. Like there's many reasons, and I like the concept of VTubing because it just opens up the doors for so much self-promotion, or excuse me, well, self-promotion as well, but you know, why is the word escaping me? English is my first language, but I can never actually find the word that I'm looking for. Think of it like you can represent yourself in whatever way you see fit. That's the one. I can't remember what word it is in English, but it's that one. Like you can represent, if you want to be a cat boy, right? Be a cat boy. If you want to be a dragon, right? Dragon spit, right? If you want to be a thick with 5 C's snake, saw VTuber, right? Like there's so many things in this sphere in terms of how one can represent themselves, how one can choose to portray themselves. I think it's honestly a healthy step. Yes, it's going to have bad eggs, don't get me wrong. I mean, I come from an era where anime conventions were a little better, but to be fair, I mean, I also, for liking anime, I was declared the outcast in society, right? Now you can go down and see, you know, in your box stores, right, stuff like that, you see Naruto, Demon Slayer merch, and it's like, wow, this got normalized real quick after I got out of high school. You know, we're no longer the outcast. So Anime Expo this year actually it solidified that the current definition of an anime convention to me is dead. The way that I remember them is no longer the case anymore. It's not even that, like, you know, like the groping has always been there. There was always the argument of cosplay is not consent, which it's not. Like if you're gonna play Yoko, if you're gonna the Yoko Littner from Gurren Lagann, right? You know, that doesn't mean somebody can come up and just smack you on the ass. No, that's not how that works. That's never how that's worked. And AX, you know, people were getting drinks spiked. People were standing in lines to the point where they were soiling themselves, right? Kind of thing. Hi, Pretoria. That's the one. The concept of anime conventions as I knew it is dead. So it really comes down to, if I go to a convention like that, it's to either network or socialize with people that I already socialize with. Like if I go to TwitchCon, right? Not that I'm going this year, right? Like if I go to TwitchCon, right? That is to go to panels. That is to meet people that, you know, watch me, follow me, you know, were curious about me, that kind of thing, right? That's been in anime conventions since really time immemorial. There hasn't been a time in anime conventions where something real, I mean, sure, there's been conventions that have been better than others, right? You know, it just does attract certain kinds of people, unfortunately. And it's just normalizing the behavior is not okay. Become Spartans way cooler, but also I would become a Spartan. Spartans are great. For Haunted Dog Marionette VTuber, I'm not sure to while trying to get noticed by an audience. Done some streams and they've ended up let's play videos, just feels awkward. While trying to get noticed by an audience. So the biggest thing is that and I've actually taken most of the videos down. There's probably not, I don't think there's even a VOD on the internet of really old Kip. I mean, becoming a VTuber, even becoming a content creator in general, is you're gonna have to work at it. Yes, you can theoretically go viral overnight. You can also work 80 hours a week and not, you know, and just not see the returns. It's entirely one of those things that is, well, that's the upside to earth at work ethic, but two, understanding your audience stuff, right? Like an audience that I have built, right? The audience, like, I mean, they're going to want to watch something like Final Fantasy XIV. They're going to want to watch action games. Like we had 30 people consistently out for Modern Warfare, the old Modern Warfare 2, right? It's being able to take data and know how you can apply that data. It's knowing what your niche is, not even your niche, what you can do very well, right? Like me, I can't do drama content. Like, sure, I can comment on, you know, like a drama situation of VTubing, but at the end of the day, it doesn't feel fulfilling for me. It just makes me feel like awful because I don't want to be a person that their whole thing is just looking at drama. Yeah, you can call things out. Yeah, you can have hard discussions, but at the end of the day, if I'm doing something and the only thing is that I'm doing, oh, well, did you hear what this person said? And, oh, I can't believe that they said this, right? At a certain point, it devolves into bitching, and that's not what I'm about. And be aware that, like, it's going to be not only a time investment, but even a monetary investment. I mean, I've dropped a lot of money compared to what I've dropped on this model, on the new model, you know? And it's just one of those facts of the industry. It's one of those facts that it's going to take a lot to get going. trying different wars so that it feels right. Yeah, it's all going to be trial and error. I mean, like, I'm doing this stream, right? I'm doing this stream because while I wanted to wait till tomorrow for React content, why I'm doing this tonight is I can test the mic out. I can see what works and what doesn't, right? I can see, you know, if people want to still watch 14, right? But I also am using this to set boundaries with 14 because, you know, I've had many people just say, hey, I need you to play this way. And it's like, I don't want to play that way, though, right? That kind of thing, right? It's always going to be trial and error. It's kind of like life, right? Life in general, if you aren't learning something new in a day, you know, are you doing everything you should, right? Even if that's like scrolling through YouTube shorts and you're like, you know, oh, I didn't know that, you know, lobsters are theoretically immortal, right? Because it's just that molting at a certain point just takes more energy than they have, and that's really why they actually expire, right? You know, whether that's true or not, it's something like that. Something that's going to, you know, you're going to learn. Something that you're going to look at and be like, oh, now I have that experience. I mean, I can tell you a lot of what I know is just from random accumulated experiences. Nothing wrong with that. It's true. You have to just allow yourself time to try things. And, you know, you're going to fail. Everyone fails. I fail consistently. I should be a prime example. I've never seen that. Well, the cons I've been to. Well, yeah, so here's the thing, is that there's a local con that there has been a lot of allegations towards certain people, and there's a reason that I don't go to local cons. Let's put it that way. Actually, the Idaho con actually made national news recently for just really weird policies they were implementing, and apparently they're just done after that. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, nothing's going to be missed at that point. But I mean, it's gonna happen. It's unfortunate. I say that as I don't want this to happen. This shouldn't happen. If you're going to go to a convention, unfortunately, it just attracts those kind of people. Consistency is sex result. Right, I mean, look at my React channel, right? React channel is already at like 500 videos, and I am pruning some of the older videos. Some of those, like, there are videos I have that have like 20 views. And like, there's just audio quality issues with them. There's QA issues with them. Content's just not generally interesting. So yeah, I'm going to sunset it, you know? Unless it gets like, you know, 5K views in a single day, it's just not worth it. And even then, I'd argue, right? It's consistency, finding your pattern. If you look at like my older videos and my new videos, how they're, and I fixed most of this actually at this point in time, how I used to make, you know, different titles or titles slightly to the left of where they used to be, but now I just put my title in quotations. That's just an evolution of how I've done React content. I do to help increase the chance of being noticed. I've heard that YouTube's a bit of a different beast. Networking, socializing, that can help as well. Like, for example, you know, not that I expect anything from Dragonspit, which, happy birthday, Dragonspit. If you haven't, say hi, say happy birthday to Dragonspit. It's her birthday today. All the good vibes. Like, networking, I guarantee you, as soon as I can release my reference sheet, let's put it that way. As soon as I can release my reference sheet, I will be doing more VTuber Smash and Pass, right? Because I think that my model could just be cool, and I think that my PNG at that point is going to be great. You know, that's something that I can do to increase my outreach. There's no, I mean, I can give recommendations. Ultimately, there's no formula for success. You know, consistently, I've just kind of shown up and said, hey, I'm doing this now. Because how many people have just been, you know, in the chat, I've just been scrolling like, hey, why is this random dingus reacting to this video? Generally a Badger video, right? I just kind of show up out of nowhere and just start doing. At the very least, doing something and learning is better than doing nothing. And that's just life advice at that point. Only for useless information, but makes for conversation. It really does, and that's the thing, is like, I am a great facet for arguably useless facts or things that just are like. So I had to take apart a desk yesterday, right? And I was fooling around with this thing for about probably 30 minutes until I could find the right ratcheting combination to get a 10mm bolt out, right? Nut, excuse me, 10mm nut out, right? And it's like, you look at, I mean, I could look at Rev in chat, right? Our mod Rev. And Rev's gonna be like, excuse, how did it take you 30 minutes to find a 10mm bit to put in this ratchet and undo this table leg? And I could look at Rev and go, that's a good question. I don't have a good excuse. So, you know, I look at something like that, right? And yeah, I have a deficiency in that aspect. And that's actually why I like knowing a lot of people, because what I lack, they can make up for. What they lack, I can potentially make up for, right? It's, you know, working better as a team. What did I miss? Me taking apart a desk yesterday. There were 10mm nuts, and it took me about 30 minutes to find the right ratchet combination with the bit to actually unscrew those nuts. And I feel like you would laugh at me for this, so you're welcome. If you felt bad about yourself or anything recently, just know it took me 30 minutes to try and undo some nuts. The elusive 10. It's always the 10mm, apparently. Like, I had to look at it, and I'm just like, okay, this is about the size of a 9mm bullet, eventually. Guns Grandpa had. I know he used to have an M1 Garand. I think that's in possession of my uncle currently. But my uncle allegedly isn't super good at taking care of firearms, so even if it's in a good state, I mean, that's kind of a toss-up at this point, unfortunately. I don't know, though. I really actually don't know. I used to know him when I was very young. He passed the night after we moved up to Idaho, actually. So, I mean, we're looking at a decade plus at this point. But no, dude, he was just a super legit dude. He served in World War II, was just super legit. That game is weak. Look, all I'm saying is that there can be a benefit to the nut game being weak, because as it turns out, let's go with the cardboard crack parallel for Emrakul and the Flying Squirrels, right? You can either have one giant 15-15 Eldrazi or 15 1-1 Flying Squirrels. Which one's going to do better? But, you know, it's a tie. They're both 15-15. Sometimes it's about the quality. Sometimes it's about the quantity. And there you go. There's your funny, memeable kip out of context for the day. I don't know about that one. Oh, man, it's been so long since I've even dated. Like, so part of the issue is, and I've gone over this story before. So part of the issue with dating in Idaho is that certain people just aren't healthy, and you know, it's not a blanket, right? Not everyone is just this person that doesn't have. A lot of people, let's put it that way. But, you know, there are people that are better than others. My dating experience has been summed up as just getting involved with really sussy people, and said sussy people, like, cry in the middle of a Burger King because I'm saying, like, you know, look, like, you don't seem like this, you don't seem interested. I mean, I don't think this is going to work. And for every and all intents and purposes, I'm like, this isn't going to work. Which is healthy. You should be able to go out on a date, right? With anybody, right? Male, female, non-binary, whatever, right? You should go out on a date, and if you don't jive, it should be, hey, I don't feel comfortable with this, or hey, you know, I don't really feel like this is going to work out. And that is your ability, if not right, to do that, right? So, I mean, when someone breaks down in the middle of a restaurant, and they're just kind of it's like, oh, well, you know, no one ever likes me, no one will love me, it's like, it just puts you in a really awkward position, and it's just, I just can't stand it. And it's just been multiple people that have had this same vein of logic and mentality, to the point where it's like, look, I just want to get out of Idaho. Paycheck, am I ready? And I appreciate that. Thank you for all the gifted subs, Mama Chaos. It's good to see you out here. Hopefully the new job's going well for you. Yes, it is toxic behavior. There's no two ways about it, right? If, say, hypothetically, right, if Kip were to go on a date with somebody, and this person, say this, you know, fancy lady, right? And this fancy lady is like, you know, honestly, your personality is a little too boisterous for me. You know, something about, I don't think we'd be a good match together, right? You know what the default, you know what the response is? Hey, you know, awesome. That's totally fine. You know, I absolutely respect that decision. You know what the response is not? Oh, well, all people like you are the same. It's, no, that's cringe. That needs to change. That is not how that works. Also, let's put, once again, citing the lack of just people that understand what aftercare even is in Idaho is too damn high. Let's put it that way. So this is good info. I mean, at the end of the day, be comfortable with yourself and know where your boundaries and limits are, right? If somebody wants to, and so I like to cite that I avoided a situation where I probably could have gotten kidnapped and or gone into organ harvesting, because there was a really sussy situation I got into once upon a time, just chatting with some randoms, and they're like, hey, do you want, hey, you're gonna drive to this, like, Walgreens parking lot, right? And we're gonna pick you up, so you're gonna leave your car behind. And I'm like, already I'm kind of scratching my head like, that's not normal. Like if you know somebody, right? Like so let's say if it's a friend, right? And they're like, shut up, loser, get over here, we're going fishing, right? Okay, you don't have to worry about necessarily getting mugged unless you and a friend have that kind of right, you get what I mean, right? So it starts off with that, but it gets better, chat, because this couple, right, they were just like, oh well, this was going to be the original place, but we're taking you to my buddy's house out in this other town, right? So there's multiple cities in this area. We're taking you to my buddy's house in this city, right? And I'm like, I don't know about that, Captain. And it was going to be a situation where, like, I would have been in control of the situation in multiple different ways, right? They wanted to be the dominant force in the dating situation, right? Which I didn't want to, and that's my ability to. But there's so much about that is so wrong. And so understanding that will not happen all the time. I don't want to scare anyone off. Like, that's not gonna happen all the time. That is an oddity. That's one of those things you look at and go, look, this has a higher propensity to go wrong than to go right. And as long as you can recognize that, you're fine. And you know what I just did? I'm like, I really don't feel comfortable with this. I really don't want to do this. And yeah, they tried to talk to me a little bit more, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't feel like doing this. It doesn't feel safe. I'm a little out of control here. I don't want to do this, right? And so when I open up with people, right, and when I try to go for, talking to people in regards to meeting up and stuff, you know what I tell them? I tell them, look, I'm more than happy to meet in public. I'm more than happy to meet at a restaurant somewhere. I'm more than happy to mutually meet up in a beneficial public location so we can just talk, right? Isn't that a lot better than getting told to go to some random Walgreens parking lot and someone's going to pick you up and you're going to go to some random house in a town like 2 towns away, right? Like, which one of these sounds better, chat? Like, all I'm saying. But people just don't see it that way. And even then, like, you can give your best thing, right? You can give your best, hi, this is my name, I really like your profile picture, right? And they could just not answer, or they could just unmatch, like, and that's completely acceptable. It's one of those things that, like, I look at as, I don't need someone to complete me. Like, I look at it as, cool, there's potential here. But I'm not going to sacrifice my own safety and well-being. Didn't need my kidneys. You need at least one kidney. Let's put it that way. Dialysis is a hell of a drug. Girlfriend, I'm trying to figure out that one out. Have a heart attack. I mean... And obviously do it within reason and do it safely. And honestly, like, there's no reason to rush things. Like, I know people who have gotten married in like 6 months. I can't do it. I personally can't. It's just, they can do it. That's perfectly fine. They have the ability to do that. They have the, like, mentality. I don't. I have to know someone for like a long period of time. There are conversations that need to happen there. There are things that need to happen. And if they don't, and it's one of those, I'm not out of anything, right? Oh darn, I get to go to more SCA events and pick up armor and swords every single time we go, actually, right? Like, something like that, right? Working on my back free, right? That would help. I do want to give a shout out. Nonsense Nico, thank you for the follow. I did see the hype train, guys. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. Mama Chaos with more gifted subs. Looks like 10 in total. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ruck Doug, thank you for this resub. I appreciate that. Jordan Rat 9500, thank you for the follow. Stabbin, thank you for gifting out the community sub, you absolute legend. And then Stabbin, Oswaldo Part 22, and the Gentleman Dragon, thank you all for the follows. I definitely appreciate that. I get a little behind on my notifications, so as of right now, we are just listening to Nero talk about the sweet nothings. Figured it was a good time to bring that up. Armady and Iron. I mean, as long as would agree to. I mean, as long as it was consensual, right? I mean, that's the biggest one. Whoops, sorry. I had to tab out there. It all just depends. I know the army can be a very interesting place. And that's all I'm going to go into that, because I really don't know the full extent of it. I mean, there's things about the military I don't know about as a civilian. It's not that I don't want to know about them. It's just that I don't know enough about them. And, if somebody wants to share, that's fine. If they're like, well, you got to be in the military, you got to be, in the military to do this, totally makes sense. Not gonna argue that. It's why I'm like, why I'm not butthurt when Cap Scout buddy's like, hey, about that grog. Hold, gotta shut my door. Somehow there was a cat in here again. I don't know how he keeps getting in here. But yeah, it's one of those things that, like, I respect that the Cap Scout grog requires a meeting. Right? Love advice to I did do that. Yeah, it is fair. This man really ahead of time with it. He really did, though. I just want to know how Nero does this, though. Like, I need some Final Fantasy XIV lore aficionado to be like, this is how he did this. Like, did he... Like, he planned this out probably 10 minutes prior to us getting here. Is it that, like, it's on the ceiling? It's clamped up there? Is it, like, one of, like... Is it, like, a ruby, like, rocket-powered locker? Like, what is the situation with the hammer here? I need details. You're looking into it. I expect it. I don't know if you'll have an answer, but I appreciate that you're looking into it. Man, they fit in everything. They really do. Cats are liquids. It's why I break half the shit. Is there another cat in here? How? What do you mean? I know you were not in here 5 minutes ago. What is happening? Magitech waves hands. Try to... I have, that's what my sister's cat does. Like, she likes to sit on laps, and if she's not sitting in a lap, she wants to, sorry. Hi, yes, I'm talking about you. She likes to sit in people's laps, and so she'll try to actually snuggle and burrow under a blanket at that point, and I wouldn't let her do it earlier. So what does she do? She sits on my chest, and is just looking at me like, can you not? Can you let me in? I'm like, no. See, the thing about me, cat, is I'm just as stubborn as you, if not more stubborn. There we go. I should probably actually pay attention before I get murked by Nero. That's rigged to open when he pulls the right amounts of pressure to the right. It has to be. Like, it's got to be some sort of, like, locker mechanism. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. I'm just like... You look at Nero as a character and you're like, he planned this. Like, this was a plan as we went into the arena. Wow, we're already at, like, half his health. Jesus. That's Tank Buster. Just pile up. Cats do have dirt moments. I do love when cats do. If it fits, I sit. If it fits, I sits is such a true philosophy. I actually engage in this philosophy regularly. Because, like, the amount of times I'm like... And not that I'm, like, Jonathan Frakes in chairs, right? But I've definitely, like, seen a chair and I've sat in it such a weird way. And, like, I've had roommates be like, what are you doing? I'm like, don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm just sitting. Oh, I forgot that Bloodbath was even a thing. I should probably actually keep that on. It's because I don't play melee DPS, so I'm looking at that and I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot that's an ability I'm supposed to use. Ow. Magic hand hurt. What happens when there's a drama kid? He is the drama kid, isn't he? He's the theater kid, 100%. Hey, I'll take that level up. Get ready to walk 10 feet after the cutscene to get into another cutscene. I love Praetorium so much. Oh, this is pain. Where are the cast bars? I don't know, and it's actually kind of fucking with me. So here's the thing, is that, like, sure, I played Pugilist to begin with, and I went over to Lancer for, like, 10 levels, but my first job has been Thaumaturge Black Mage. Just put that into perspective. My first job is Thaumaturge Black Mage. And so, yeah, I look at melee DPS, and I'm like, why are there no cast bars? Why do I not have to root? What's happening here? I don't understand. Hence that comment. I mean, I'm going to go back and watch the other ones because the older videos just had some quality assurance issues. So I'll go back and watch the other crap guides once I get my new model. That way I can kind of uniform everything to the redesign. Like, oh god, his crap guides are so good. New mic. Yes, new mic. I got it today. I ordered it when I was actually up at... No, sorry, I got back last Monday from SCA, and I ordered it last Monday, and the representative was just super awesome. Love it. Once I have money, I will be working with them again, I assure you. They're absolutely just awesome. Can't recommend them enough. And it actually got here today. It was on the FedEx truck since like 6 a.m., but it finally came in at like 4 p.m. and I'm like, oh boy, time to set it up. The reviews I have not yet. Actually, like cutscenes, skip cutscenes. Didn't these used to be skippable? But the trade-off was like you had Praetorium and Ultima and La Habrea in a single mission. That's a little rough. Voice sounded different. Yep, nope. It's yes, I got a new I got Yaten. That's a new skill. Yes, I did get a new mic, and thus I am just getting used to... This is the test stream to make sure it's going to be good for React stream tomorrow. Remnant 2 is so much fun. I hear Remnant 2 is really good. Sam, you'll get a cast bar later. You can even slide cast it. I'm even noticing with the, you build up your 3 combos, or you build up your combos into the Iaijutsu skill, right? You can slide cancel that too. It's actually really great. Sephiroth for a new game, right? I mean, we don't really... I'm actually surprised we don't have Muramasa or Masamune in this game. I'm actually really surprised at that. Mike sounds great. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the reception. I think there's maybe a few things I'll have to tweak, but like for the most part, this is going to be what it sounds like on stream going forward. VODs and content, I am going to have to normalize the audio a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit of a process to actually upload them now, but you should see a increase in quality there. Gets the LMG as a starting weapon. Don't worry about it. It's fine. What time is stream tomorrow? I'm getting to the... Well, congrats on the div run. We are looking at 6 p.m. General Mountain Time. So think whatever time it is your area, 3 hours ago, roughly. That's when I'm going to try to go live. He said it. He said the meme. He said it. For whom do you fight? That's the one. Heaven's War pops in the change of the experience for new players. New players choose between the cutscenes. Fighting the bosses. I dig it. Well, I think it was a good change. I think it was a really good change, especially for new players, because I could see, like, for the reason, like, I haven't, because I've theory crafted it. Well, what if they make it so that way if everyone in the party has run this before, you could skip the cutscenes. It could theoretically be toxic to newer players because, you know, you're going to get the people, you know, who do roulettes on the daily, right? And they're going to want to run through this as fast as they can because it's Praetorium, but they're going to be rushing the newer player, and it's going to leave a bad experience for the newer player. It's hypothetically could happen. I'm sure maybe there's other reasons why it's unskippable, but, you know, just thoughts I had. Long ago, I had this dungeon, Ultimate Weapon Librarian, an 8-man dungeon skippable cutscenes. Players got to fight things, everyone kill bosses while cutscenes. Right. So the cutscenes unskippable. Ah, okay, so it's to preserve the bosses for the players. Ah, got it. Okay, that makes sense. So when they say it was an 8-man, were there 8 characters in the cutscene, or was it just one? Because I'm imagining this cutscene right here with Gaius, but there's like 8 miqo'te or 8 Lalafell just staring at him. I kind of love this image, if this is true. Incredible, right? How's that good? I really need to play Honkai. I need to get Kududing. I need to get Kudu. Herta is an entire mood. I think Solo La Hebrea actually fit better thematically. I'm okay saying that. During the era patches when Prey was one of the best ways to get tomestones. I mean, isn't Praetorium one of the best EXP roulettes you can even do? Right? There are 8 people in the cutscenes. I need to go find old footage just to see 8 people just in the cutscene looking at Gaius. That's actually kind of great. No expired. I mean, probably. I definitely got to get around to it. I want to go... I know Kafka's coming on banner soon, but I don't want to drop money into the game. Ugh. Plot relevance. Lands are the 3 best EXP roulettes. Now, I need to go do the Crystal Tower line to unlock Alliance raids. I'm not super far off from it. I've just chosen not to, just because I've been busy. Skip the cutscenes. There are exploits you can do with your connection to skip them. Huh. Wouldn't Enix crack down on connection exploits, though? I feel like that's something they'd crack down on. Genshin, so, I mean, yeah, Genshin do be expensive. It's the bigger iron. I want to go back and play 11, but I realize I don't have the time to play 11. Because 11 is grindy. Wait, 11's the MMO, right? Yeah, 11's the MMO. Because I went 10, 10, 2, 11 is the MMO. And then 12, 13, 13, 1, 32. And then we went to 14, I think. If I'm understanding that correctly, or maybe, I don't know. Backkip, no. What do you mean, no? I said I wouldn't go back to 11. I said I don't have the time for 11. Unless you want me to go back to 11, Rev. It's okay, because Rev clearly hasn't wasted enough time in 11 to begin with. Even with the new systems to make things super faster. I mean, I'm all for grindy, but there's a certain point when I'm kind of like, I don't know about that, Captain. Ow. Yeah, see, I mean, that has a cast bar, but it's one of those that you can just, you know, you can slide it. You can slide through it. Ow. Man, my positioning is off this fight. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, it's because I don't have Bloodbath up. That'll help. This is the US release. I mean, like... I see why people like it now. I absolutely see it. I'm kind of... I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of glad, but I'm also kind of sad that I didn't play during 1.0 Final Fantasy XIV. Because this game had issues. So I'm kind of sad that on one hand I didn't play base Final Fantasy XIV, but I'm also like, I'm probably glad I missed it. Wildstar? I feel like I vaguely remember Wildstar. I would love to see if I could get the GameCube version of Phantasy Star Online going. Like, that'd be wild to actually get up and running, because you can still use the internet cord. At least this is true as of a few years ago. You could use the internet cord for the GameCube to log on to the GameCube online services, but you could use it to still access the GameCube Phantasy Star servers as of a few years ago. I'd love to try that. Played 11 since its US release. US 11 release sounds like it'd be wild. Like, not in a bad... I don't know. It just sounds like it'd be a wild experience. Come on, we got this. Yep, there it is. There's his threshold. There we go. One. Try to do as much physical damage as I can to this guy. Oh, I was like, did I actually take damage from that? See, we have a cast bar for that, so you can cast cancel that. One. I'm like, I thought we actually finished it at like 38%, and I'm like, really? That was a really fucking fast run. No, we didn't. Which we're still making really good time from groups I've been in. We're still making a lot of good time. Oh, right. I don't have Mana Ward. It's gonna be close, I think. Oh, it was really close, actually. Wow. Someone just pop limit. We're fine. There we go. Me did say armor. I survived at like 290 health on that one. That got a little sussy. Like, oof. Got a little sussy there. But you know what? We lived. I lived. Oh my god, that was great. Only certain times of the day. Some also require specific random weather. That sounds rough. Rev, do you need to do Frontlines? I don't know if the season reset or not. Before I QS into Frontlines, and by QS I mean I mash W on the keyboard for 15 minutes. One of the English VA made posts about the mail. What? You're good on that? Okay. I'm gonna boot you then, because I'm gonna go do some MSQ for a little bit. I feel I'll oblige some people to do some silly, cute and funny MSQ, because I mean I'm not like super far off from doing things. I actually have to go through Lord of the Wool, and I should theoretically be, you know, on my way to getting some certain things done. Okay, there we go. So now I need to teleport to Limsa. I feel like maybe like an hour, maybe. Won't reset until 6.5. Okay, so I mean, like, you still have time to get any of the stuff that any of the seasonal items that you missed then. You playing? We're playing Final Fantasy XIV tonight. What nonsense is this? I mean, I could just cut stream right now. I could not do MSQ. I could just blue ball the entirety of chat. I theoretically could. Okay, I need to... There we go. Now I'm going the right way. I always like that Limsa is so packed. It's actually kind of great. I also like that Lucy Pyre and Pint, I think they were looking at the new... they were looking at the new Final Fantasy content from FanFest, I think. I'm glad that they had fun. It sounded like it was a fun time. I'm just not, you know, not far enough to really, you know, really commentate on anything. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits, but today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of meeting a hero such as you. You're an inspiration to us all, madame. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink, wink, wink. Why are you winking at me? What's happening? I don't want this anymore. Dumpy hidden behind coat. I mean, the look definitely be dumpy thick, right? Definitely. With your chat uncovered. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Probably shouldn't.
Till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed.
It is a little quiet. I'm aware of that.
Still strive now. We owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
Yes, I will. I'm looking at getting Armored Core 6. It's coming up in the next couple of months.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Got him. It's funny. Yeah, I'll get it on PC.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man.
I mean, the Leviathan fight was cool. It's the first boss fight that, like, actually meters the phases, right?
Be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
Hey, Demon Mod 33, how's it going? I do love you, Geardy.
I see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
I do like her and Thancred's ability to fight together. It was actually really good to watch.
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral.
My personal favorite class is Black Mage. It was the first class I got to 90.
Is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat, not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
The chemistry.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Stola. Don't. Why are you on the screen?
Stola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphinaud's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Ul'dah, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Poor Thancred, he's getting roasted.
Minfilia, please!
Classic Minfilia. Classic.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
It looks like we're in the the final throes of this specific patch.
I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Right? Yeah, I actually didn't know he was Lominsan. Actually, I didn't know that. Stola, why are you standing there? I don't like where this is going.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation.
Your Stola's not wrong in calling her out.
It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
Stola is on point with this. The Admiral is wrong.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
Hey, Raven, how's it going?
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
It looks like she's wearing, like, denim jeans. I kind of like it. Oh, hey, how'd you enjoy the Battle City video? I thought it was great.
Himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Thank you. I have a lot less knowledge than I think I would. I'm glad that somebody enjoyed the Battle City video.
We cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
I mean, I like it even right out the gate in ARR post game. I mean, it's bringing a bunch of, you know, a bunch of hard concepts just swinging. I love it. The player, yeah, no, absolutely. I wish I could play more. Unfortunately, here in Idaho, we don't really have places that do Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, which is sad. Direction of Limited Underworld. I mean, I do play Branded. A lot of people say that I'm pretty cringe for playing Branded. So to be fair, yeah, have a good one, Forsaken Majin. Good to see ya. As inform me of the arrangement I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yagiti. To the south stands the gate leading to the pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous Huron man there. Send the letter to him. Serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I'm obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you'll be introduced abide in the shadows of Linson society. They value their independence more highly than pirates and are united by a bond stronger than Mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself. Mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But there is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. And, oh, good luck. That sounds sus. Okay, I vaguely know where this is. I have to find myself first. There we are. Okay. I know where this is. It's through a Master Duel. Do you want to laugh? Fair enough. Master from here was charged before, and she's handling the form pirate typically would have flaws. And that's the thing. It's not that, while she's wrong, I mean, she's really handling this in the best way that she can at the moment, especially if she did inherit a mess from before. I mean, that's, yeah. I can't. Master Duel just isn't one of those formats that I can do. Like, I like it. I understand what it's doing. I can appreciate it. I just don't like the Master Duel format. I mean, it's not even that's the best of one. It's just that the card pool, like Terraforming, got banned recently. And in Master Duel, it is a problem. I'm also, I play branded, so I, rely on stuff like Terraforming. I made a, what is it? Evil Hero, Malicious Bane, and DPE deck, which was kind of funny. But at the same time, it's one of those things that, like, I can't really use it because Fusion Destiny, rightfully got hit by the ban hammer. So, I mean, just, things. See if I can even find this. There it is. Suspicious man. Inconspicuous man. That's the one. Here, have letter. When the Admiral sent word of, he's hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eating grin. But with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got his hands full. Poor Thancred. You must be the Far Easterner that Merlewib says she wants to train with us. Welcome to the Limsa Milady. He said Milady. He said the word. I am Yugiti of Doma. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. The first person to say that last. Limsa is a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. Hardly need a secret society to do any of the dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. So it's better for business to remain unseen. It is better for business. And so, yeah, and so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose, I see. I know that practitioners of my art, too, are denizens in the shadows. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There's much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what the Seven Hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, Yugiri of what's it? Yeah, sounds about right. We can get acquainted with in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? No, it did not. Shall remain with these people for a time, might study their ways. Though I'm loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You might have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Average Dark Magician. I'm really excited about the new Dark Magician structure decks that are allegedly coming out. Had to X out, so it's gonna go blank for a second. I'm very interested to see the new Dark Magician decks. Oh, what was that? What was that, Raven? Era of bursting with gratitude. Much and more has occurred since I first beheld Eorzea from the Galleon's deck. Suffice to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When you next meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do it so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promises to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Cool. Well, now we're going to Mordona. I almost have to be at the end of this quest line. I almost do. Interaction with installations there. Oh, nice, nice. Congratulations. Yeah, no, I was everything that Installation 00 has put out. Absolutely love the man. Even when God, what was it? Was it Infinite or the Halo TV series was coming out? And he was just like, he put out a video and he was just like, look, I get that people don't like this. Like, y'all need to kind of grow up. This is the worst I've seen in the Halo community. And I absolutely love it because he's just like, look, people don't like it. There's certain things I don't like about certain things. Installation 00 is an absolutely just super legit dude from everything I've seen of his content. Would absolutely love the ability to meet that man one day. Our channel. I'll have to do that. And talk with fans. And that's the thing is like some creators do that. Not all creators do that. The fact that he's willing to do that is just amazing. And he does what a lot of other creators won't.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If
Oh.
you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me.
Sure, whatever you say, Minfilia.
When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form.
Mm-hmm.
Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove.
Mm-hmm.
Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy.
I mean, there is the inherent issue of what if the host is not willing?
It was of this that Elizabeth spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion.
I mean, ultimately, if someone wants to hand me things, I'm not opposed to it. I don't ever expect it. I'm just playing the game. So how can Heavy master this gift merely become immortal? It was no means invulnerable.
As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan.
Yeah.
And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
Destroyed is subjective, yeah.
A legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness.
Uh-huh.
To most, it is but a fairy tale. Yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo?
Maybe.
Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight.
Mm-hmm.
With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Mm-hmm. There, speaking of the man speaks in cursive.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady.
He sounds like Devrim K from Destiny.
It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Valdesian.
He probably is, actually.
What of them?
It's gotta be Devrim K. It's gotta be. It's gotta be his VA.
The Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
Nuked from orbit, reduced to atoms.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
Xeon dropped the colony.
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
Congrats on 90 Samurai Rev. I'm trying to peek over at chat when I can.
12 preserve.
Strategy duel. Yeah, Master Duel is very interesting in terms of strategies. Xeon did nothing wrong. Look, all I'm saying is Australia, everything tries to kill you. It was Australia having preservation. It's
There are no other matters. I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
the Cult of Small. No, wait, that's the Black Mage Guild. That's the Cult of Small. This is the Council of Small. I want the turtle teapot. Rev, when are we getting the turtle teapot for the house? About to change. I heard about this. I heard that they're going to change. Oh no, I don't like this.
I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
He better not be sus. He is a Smallafell. But he is a Smallafell with facial hair, and that's the issue. The trope remains.
Revolution.
Yeah, that actually tracks for him now that I think about it, yeah. He was a little too eager to help. Thoughts on keep returning to the fate of the students of Baldesian. In a bit. Okay, sounds good. I will expect several paragraphs. Thanks, Doc. Our friends serve the very eye itself, everyone and everything. Is this where your Stola disappears? Potentially. It could be. No, because she wasn't on the island. Interesting. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianger will send word if there are any developments until such time as he does. So we must remain firmly focused on which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak to a different matter, one closer to home. So this is going to be Shiva next, I think. This is the patch with Shiva. It concerns etheric fluctuations that we had previously attributed to good King Mugamog the 12th. Good King Mugamog the 12th, may his eminence remain in glory. The whole dialogue font surrounding. Yes, Cat. I don't know how you got in here. I will let you out. I was half expecting the other one to tag in. Evils and Ul'dah, coin greedy plus. New Gundam anime. I haven't seen, have not seen Witch Mercury. I want to though. It concerns if there are fluctuations that King Mugamog the 12th may his royalty remain untarnished. No, Rev, you cannot tell Mugamog the 12th may his glory remain unbridled. You can't just tell him to rot. King Mugamog is legit. The king is no more, blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the 12's wood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable... Is this Odin? No, it can't be Odin. Maybe suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... ... Yep, there it is. So I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's her mom. Okay. What manner of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Ul'dah this time are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. Oh my, how the turns have tabled. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans, present there in the seventh heaven, awaiting a formal response. So that's why he was so nice to them, because he had the revolution planned. I see, mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Also, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. What will happen if you do this? Word will spread and more will follow. Yes, that is something to be considered about. Your opinions duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Yes, good call. May I place Poseidon in the God of War games? That tracks. Grateful for your presence. I gotta spend money on a name change actually, because this is still when I was branded as Kaiju Kip. Think of Gundam. Love it. 00 Gundam is one of my favorite animes. Let's put it that way. Absolutely love it. Need to watch more of it. I actually need to go back and watch G Gundam. It's the perfect drinking game. Drink every time you see a stereotype. Jibity Crockett, Matador Gundam, Windmill Gundam. It's so good. I love it. It's too good. Whoa, why are there people here? What's happening? Wait, what? $420. Are you sure about this? I didn't expect this. I do appreciate it. If I react channel on YouTube. Yeah, welcome. Good to see ya. Thank you for the follow as well. How's it going? G Gundam is just cracked. I need to... So it's calf skins. Okay. I'm going to have to put those in my glamour ward. Thank you for that. I definitely... What's happening? I don't know if I can do the jet black dye. I know how expensive that is. I don't know if I can do that. I guess it's blazing time. I mean, yeah. Character World of Warcraft. To be fair, there's only like, what, 10 VAs, right? I mean... to be fair, there's like 10 VAs in the... Well, I know there's like 10 British VAs. Are you sure before I hit accept? Because, I mean, it's general purpose, it's cheaper. Okay, I feel less bad because I know people sell Jet Black. I do appreciate it. What is Gabriel's identification key? What is happening? Work for 6 hours to get Twiddle My Thumbs. I mean, yeah, I feel that. I had friends who used to work late shifts, and they were always able to, like, you know, kind of chill out on their breaks and stuff, or even just overnight, right? That's a robot mount. 700 million gil, just take it. I do appreciate it, Stavin. I do appreciate it. I don't want to feel like I'm, you know, asking for stuff. I do appreciate it. Let me open the whistle first, because I need to do that before I continue. I actually need to trash a bunch of these coffers. I'm just gonna level up anyways. I still have that for Hell. Why do I still have that? Hell doesn't even play that anymore. It unfortunately does not play Gabriel identification key, so I need to go to mount. That was a mount or minion? There it is. Oh, that's cool. That actually kind of looks like a Union flag from 00. That's actually really cool. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Let's give Rat a handout. Which one? Assisted living. Nothing to do until I need to get broken. Yeah, no, assisted living. I'll do that. Chimkin. Transforms when you can fly. Does it? Is it like, what's the boss that does that? I know there's a boss that does that. Favorite moment in Gundam is the desert scene of Unicorn. He's kind of... I actually have... So, funny fact about Unicorn. It's going to go blank there. I had to tab out. In Gundam Unicorn, I was actually going to anime conventions. Oh, that's cool. I fucking love that. There were... When I was actually going to anime conventions, and I actually went to one in Idaho when... Unicorn was still airing, so I remember seeing episode 1 and 2 very clearly. I actually really love the Kshatriya as a mobile suit. I really love Kshatriya. It's big and F off, and I love it. However, I never actually saw 3 through 6. I need to go back and watch that though. One of those Jet Black is so expensive because outside of people getting lucky on a retainer quick venture is through the cash store, right? Which the cash store I know isn't. That's a whale. Which I know the cash store one. I don't think that's sellable on. I almost said Grand Exchange. This isn't RuneScape. On the market board, right? Which is fair and valid. That way you're not doing like RuneScape where you purchase bonds and then you sell them for 80 mil a piece, right? Light novel was very controversial. Was it really? In what manner? Moment of Gundam. I'm very curious about... Because I know... What other controversies does Gundam have? I feel like... Crossbones didn't have one when it went to SDCC. That's kind of neat. I actually have a master grade Cubile, the white one over there that I still have to build. Maybe I'll do a stream of it at some point, but I need a lot cleaner of a desk space, let's put it that way. Nor like Evangelion or anything. Evangelion is an interesting one, let's put it that way. I actually need to find the inn really quick so I can do this. Evangelion's one of those interesting ones that because you've heard the original Evangelion, right? You've heard the original Evangelion was just for tax evasion, right? So because of how laws worked in Japan, if you like made an anime and it was a failure, right, like you could use it as a tax write-off. But when Evangelion got way more press than it needed to, like it caused issues. And I think he actually went to jail for a period of time. Heavy Arms Custom from Ms. Waltz. I've heard a lot of good things about Heavy Arms. Limsa Weebios, but yeah, I'm going to go to Limsa really quick because I can actually head back to Mordona, but I got to do a couple other glamour things anyways, so I will be right back. Limsa Lower Deck. I do like the Tonk. I'll have to do the Dwarven quest line for that. Going to build on stream. I would be more than happy to. Let me make sure I have a setup that I can do it first. Because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm Looks like Shax's helmet, actually. What helmet is that? That looks like Shax. It's kind of cool. I just don't want to like take a gunpla kit because I love doing it, and they're challenged. So I have bigger fingers and I don't have a lot of dexterity. So like certain parts are actually a challenge for me to put together, which isn't actually bad. It's just challenging in a good way, right? I just need to make sure I have space to be able to record that and do that because I actually really love gunpla. I think they're really great. A lot of sucky anime was because they were doing tax fraud. Not necessarily. It's that if an anime flopped, you could do it as like a write-off, right? From my understanding, I'm sure that there's someone could clarify the law out there. What I can say factually is that Evangelion, at this point, with the sheer number of times I've heard this reiterated, Evangelion was an attempt at dealing with tax code, and then it got too popular, and so that's why the creator actually got in trouble. I need to retire to in-room. Entirely. Oh, is it false, actually? Okay, Doc's coming in here, actually. And we've heard for the same group of people. Okay, so I'm going to go renege on everything and apologize for that, because the number of people I've heard that from, because mutual teacher friend also said that, until I'm going to redact that statement on being for tax evasion, and state that that is currently in review to see if it's factual or not. So I'm going to fix that right there. Helm from currentish tier, raids 90. Damn, I guess I gotta go hit endgame then. Okay, let's see what I got here. I need not inventory. I need the plundered. I guess technically I should dye these now. Technically, well, no, I can actually put them in there. They updated that. Main hand, offhand. Oh, it's because I thought it was a chest. Augmented silver. Got the silver tricorn. I can't believe Reb got that. Torture's monocle. Yes, I do very badly need actually. I do very badly need to clean out my thing. I am definitely aware of that. Caskin Rider clap. There we go. So it should be. It did have that one, that one. It actually does help because it has the symbol next to it, so it gets a little easier to find. Legs, feet. At the very least, it's a good time for me to actually just pause and take a break from reading for a second. So it's perfect. 5. Okay, and then I can go edit glamour plates. Let's go 9. So what do we have? Why do I have arms? That's not what I want. Head. I kind of dig it though. It is the chocobo hat. I do dig that. Dye. Can I not do jet black here? American then heavy arms. I mean, to be fair, yeah. Pandemonium day. I will get to Pandemonium one day. You are correct. I know I have expand. There it is. I'm trying to. I haven't actually done this system in a hot minute, so you have to give me a second. Best wings, which is cash up. Okay, but this is kind of baller, though. Thank you for this. I do appreciate that. That is fucking baller, actually. Part of me wonders if this actually exists in regards to, like, actual merch. Because that's actually kind of cool. Die. Die. I kind of dig it though. It's actually like right up my aesthetic, because I actually really like the goth aesthetic, and like the leather and the just goes to your inventory, not auto into your armory chest. Yes, I will have to do that. I have to clear once I clear out my inventory. That is the goal I'd be looking into actually, because yeah. Until I find something that I actually want to use in these slots. This is 9. Save. Apply. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That actually is fucking baller. I have to rock that drip now. That is fucking amazing. Thank you so much. The worm or the amogus? The amogus. Jagans are interesting because weren't they the all-purpose one of the timelines or one of the series or a couple of the series, right? No, the leather actually looks really nice. Like, I like the padding up here. I think the padding up here makes a lot of sense. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, it's just a chocobo. Chocobo cap, chocobo that. I actually really like that this folds out and it has the. Can't tell. That's Bahamut, right? I think that's Bahamut. Wasn't a write-off, but couldn't say it was an evasion case for making more, not less than it would have to be a financial failure. The financial failure is the thing that gets cited, so that's probably the misconstruation there. I think it might be Bahamut. No, I definitely appreciate that. Thank you, Slash, and I really appreciate that. I actually really fucking dig this. This is great. Like, the aesthetic is on point. I really am enjoying that. Holy shit. Boy, so chunky. Who, the cat? And the cat be chunky. I love him. He is cat. But Gynax, thank you. I'm already aware that I have a blurb in DMs. I will have to get to that tonight. Okay, before I get sidetracked again, let me go to... I do love the drip. That is a weapon that is not insignificant. Which Savage was that? It is. Thank you. I appreciate that. Big Zam Thunderbolt. Big Zam. One day I will build a Big Zam, because Big Zam just slaps that hard. One day I shall build Big Zam. Speaking of cats, he is the fattest of cats. Like a moth and leather jacket while Iranger whispers. Dude, that man, I love the fact that the meme of the man speaks in cursive. It's so true. I have to actually... Rev, remind me at some point in the next week, I have to move this over to an SSD. Because at this point, since I'm playing it enough, I might as well move it over to an SSD. I can justify the space for it now. Shadowbring's Fire Relic. Oh, that's kind of hot, actually. One day I'll get there. I have to get Ronka. Ronka, my beloved. Apologies for keeping you at bay. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Signs of the Seventh Dawn. 12 be praised. It is you. Yes, it is. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Doman. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of what your situation is. Well, not of your situation. Paraphrase. Beg your pardon. Antecedent I ain't so good with words. We've been living off scraps in Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together life to replace the one what got took. Excuse me. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man, not as would sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. It's really not. And it's only getting worse. With the calamity brought us to our knees. Those rich bastards, they don't help us. They climbed on our backs. Yeah, no, they're definitely not getting paid enough. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see where it's coming. I know we had to run. The only question was where, and it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took the foreigners in, didn't you? So you did the same. And that becomes the issue of what can you physically do. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. Yes, it was. I sympathize deeply for your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for me to organize for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. It's really not. She's getting outside of her purview here. And so is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've got nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us. And this is the duality of leadership. You have to do certain things that may not be popular and or get incredibly creative with how you solve these. Tataru, the mob boss. Is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphina has been wounded. That's a development. What? How? Is it serious? I'm assuming so. Can't say for certain, but I fear he might be. According to the Flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently lashing out any and everyone. Yeah, sounds about right. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Accurate. Unit, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. Yeah, that's... She's got to. It's Hadaru. We're not the ones sent by watching innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain I will what aid, if any, we can provide. That is the diplomatic answer that people need. If the authorities determine refugees attacked without provocation, then the responsible will have to answer for their actions, which is completely fair. What? But that's completely fair. Find Alphanon quickly. If he's in danger or worse, I would have you and none. I would have you and none other by his side. Yeah, correct. Smooted. He was banned from Reddit. Alphano has been banned from Reddit. He was sussy. For next to help this matter, as we were discussing earlier, Ida and Papalima will see to it. Alphano is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry. My sentence structure is breaking down in real time, as you can tell. Okay, so let us... looks like we are going to do steps annulled. Okay, perfect. Wacky 70 size with legs. You know what also is wacky? The Zeong. That was wacky. I actually like that the Zeong shows up in it. Like, so I want Gundam Build Fighters and Build Fighters Try are actually really good. It's Gundam but shonen, right? But it's really good, and I actually really like it in a cheesy way. The final Build Fighters Try with the intro playing, oh, it's perfect. Like the scripting, the choreography on that as a shonen fight is just, mwah. It's so good. Chef's kiss. I'm doing a 10 pull from for Scarlet Weapon. Got junk pain. I'm sorry about that. I know that the bandage can be a little unforgiving from personal experience. It was used to unicorn reveal unicorn. I actually really like Ash Like Snow from 00. Ash Like Snow is really good. And it's probably, I mean, from the openings that I've seen, it's probably my favorite. Make a lot of these. I mean, kinda. Look, see, he's fine. He's standing up in a sassy manner, chat. He's totally fine. Divers. I tried watching Divers. I'll have to watch it again at some point, or at least try to.
You must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
Uh-huh.
Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident.
Hey, OG Revenus, how's it going?
There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over.
Alpha, no.
Ul'dah is a nation
Thought that was Praetorian for a second.
between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life.
Yeah, I mean, to a point.
To an Ul'dah, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence.
You get it, he said small.
So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamiga and the destruction of the Calamity?
Not back alleys.
Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dah way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
He kind of reminds me, the guy in the middle kind of reminds me of like Krauser from the remake, but like gray hair shaved. Kinda, right? You can see it. God, I can't wait to go back to Resident Evil 4 remake on stream.
Their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor.
Right.
Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight.
Right. Effectively, at a certain point, you throw enough money at a problem that nothing gets done. just even. Not everything is Krauser. Sometimes it's Maestro. Look, okay, the fact that you tried to reverse image search Krauser and Maestro from Siege showed up, that was hilarious, and it's so good. Do I still sound like I'm underwater, huh, Yutaka? Does my mic still sound like I'm underwater? Yeah, no one dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy growth for the... Okay, yeah, we read that. Yeah, no, at a certain point you have to, like, okay, what's the actual fix? How can we get there? Reassess priorities.
More and more Ul'dahs to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers.
Classism.
More and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry.
Yeah, I mean, you are growing the divide. Alamy is a can of worms. One day I'll know. One day.
The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists.
Mm-hmm.
And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions.
So monetarists, that kind of sounds like God, what was it? It was a political faction in Star Wars. I'm trying to remember, but it was kind of in the same vein. It wasn't the Separatists. It wasn't the Republic. It wasn't. There was another faction. I'm trying to remember what it was. Maybe I'm thinking of the Banking Clan. Maybe I'm thinking of that, right? Like, yeah, sounds about right. Version of Snake Eater. Yes, there is. I've actually been debating if it's going to be easier to wait for the remake on PC or if I should find the MGS3 3D.
It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence.
I think it's the Commerce Guild chat. I think you're right, Otta. I think it's that one. British, very British Alphana. If Alphana doesn't remain British, I'm gonna riot. Like, I actually really like his voice actor. Or supplementary material, nothing that's critical to them is cubes, stuff can be shared. Hey, it's almost like I know Revi Barra in chat, and I'll just be like, hey, so about this Alamigo, you should tell me the things. And then he'll just be like, he'll slam down, like, his 3 copies of, like, Encyclopedia Eorzea, right? And just go to town. Stream okay? Okay, there we go. It looks like it... Rev opens books, lore time. Sorry, it somehow crashed. My Twitch player crashed, so I can actually view chat and stuff. It was only a matter of time for. Okay, yep, got that.
That the immortal flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Yeah. I mean, I have the Halo Encyclopedia. It's pretty chonkin'. I'm curious how heavy it is in comparison to Encyclopedia Eorzea. About the Autumn War. My to-do list of lore is growing. Alphano wishes to investigate the circumstances surrounding the riot. I mean, yeah, it's Alphano. He would. As I told you before, it was all about the inevitable that... it was all but inevitable. Ooh, excuse me, I can't read. That an incident of this kind would eventually occur, given the rising tensions with the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Rabban has to say upon this matter. Oh boy, I get to remember how to navigate this fucking... Oh god, I hate navigating this city. I hate navigating Ul'dah. Because Alphano is based. I love Alphano. He's great. Don't worry. He's just fabulous. I mean, you see, he's right. Sometimes men want to look fucking pretty. That is such... Rev, what did I walk into? This is the most 14 thing I have seen this stream. I need to observe this for a second. Like, this is a cult. I have found the cult. That's just to leave. Rev, I need to know. I need to understand. What is happening? This is the most 14 thing I have encountered in my... How long? 184 hours of playing. Manderville just built different. Mandervillar's worship de poo poo. Fuck. It's so good. I hate it, but I love it. Oh god, that was. What are you? It's gotta be a ninja outfit. God, that was. I'm sorry, chat. Where were we going with that? I completely lost all sense of direction when I saw that. I completely just like everything just emptied my brain. Oh, I don't have to go to actual hall itself. Hell yeah. Meeting Hildy. At some point soon. Now is not a good time, Corporal Kit. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Yeah, that's why I'm here, to help. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphana, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgians? I cannot say that word. I apologize. I like that his shield is floating. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Hopefully. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. What other reaction ideas you had in mind? I mean, my exact face to that question of what reaction stuff you had in mind is right here. Because now I have editing stuff properly, and I have a proper editing software as well as audio software. I was probably going to be back to combat critiques, but due to copyright nature of them, I'd have to be incredibly transformative. I was debating on getting back into that. I know tomorrow we're going to be looking at probably the new JonTron video. I'm trying to... We'll see what Badger I want to do, because my model is so close to being inbound. I might save more more content from like Badger until the model drops, because I want things to be uniform, but we'll see. Can well imagine, given that the majority of the refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. I mean, yeah. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that some of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. Yes. None can say that tensions within the Ul'dah citizenry and refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. No, I mean, Alphana's mostly on point here. There is a point where that is physically possible and people would do that, but it's not quite this. And what are those who have not even a single gil to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Yeah, generally. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it's done, any investigation can wait. I don't have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. Which, he's not fully in the wrong. Videos, just like an Iron Mouse new model every hour. I do like Iron Mouse's models, though. Like, she has a look. I wasn't super into, like, the Sailor Moon-esque one. It just didn't quite do it for me. The one with, like, I'm not saying it was bad. I just didn't quite hit that Iron Mouse level. As long as she liked it, right? That's all that matters. I do like Iron Mouse's models, though. She's sassy. General's no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the Monteros would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. And, after all, he and the Sultan have been most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Vectors makes weird stuff, and he's trying candy for the no plans currently, as of yet at least. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities. Therefore, I propose we conduct our investigation independent and with the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries of the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk the request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. Is this the introduction to patch 3 of ARR? I think this is at this point, because we've already wrapped up Ugiri and Leviathan's story now at this point. I meanwhile shall seek answers my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Question mark. Alphino is fabulous. That's all I can say about him. What's happening? I spawned back in and people are people. Alright. Speak with Swift. Where are we going? That way. Helps if I actually read. Second quest of 2.3. Okay, so we are 2.3 at this point. Hell yeah. Look as though you have something to say, do you? What you ask is necessary. If ever were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one with ties to the flames, may be better suited to this task. A regiment. Very well. Brassblades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the blades posted there. Let's see here. Where are we warping? We're warping there. I mean, I could fly, but it's also like 100 gil. It's fine. Well, that would provide enough power. Must it just work? Don't Zaku frames work off of a Jupiter engine? Like, aren't actual, at least in Kito Senshi Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam, I know that a lot of them were nuclear powered, right? It wasn't nuclear fusion specifically, I think. Maybe? Need mounts. I need you. Fat cat, I am sorry, but I shall return at some point for you. That's really cool, actually. I lament the day when I have to fight the big boss that Rev has the mount for. The one that transforms into a Gundam. I didn't expect them to send you. I take this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I'm increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest day when talking about duty. Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. And what brings you here? A search for refugees. Well, then you come to the right place. You meant those refugees. Oh no, you won't find them here. Most people lost hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. That's a mood. Outsiders have trouble understanding that. Like the merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. There we go. The what? I'm lost. I definitely said something that I didn't, that I don't recognize that I said. Yeah, that tech level. Oh, no. No, we would need vast improvements on technology in order to get mobile suit drives, even for Mobile Suit Gundam. And much less the solar reactors from the GN drives from 00, much less those. Don't hurt me, I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon, you're of the flames. You're not with the flames? I see. If Leofric bids you speak with me, then I take you've agreed to help. So I'll be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class accountable, and taking to which is owed a childish fantasy. Good point. I did everything that I could to sway the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind you. Look behind yonder tent, and I will, and you will understand why. Wow, I'm getting tongue-tied. Jewish controversy for violence. The fact that Witch of Mercury has seen controversy for having a main female character, like, some of the controversies I've seen come out of this, I feel like people are coping hard. There is a fight at some point in the game where you have to solo pilot a Gundam versus, I mean, that's kind of hot, actually. Best mission in the game. Of course, Rev would say that. 50 PM right now. Yeah, I'm probably going to be wrapping it up in the next half hour, making it even 3 hours. Because at this point, I mean, like, I feel like the mic test has been a success today. So I can't to Shadowbringers 5. I feel that. Even now, he babbles incoherently. So traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, he can make little sense of the words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving, yet only doubt the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg you, find them before he does. He kind of reminds me of the dude in Diablo 1 on the side of that description reminds me of the dude in Diablo 1 who survived the butcher and he just drinks all game. I don't know, I got those vibes. What are you doing? Don't draw. Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be there with me. Be here to soothe me. Okay. We have to emote. Soothe. Must hug. It's okay, bro. I got you. I got you. Follow the merchant and I may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, he must take. When we asked how he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates, I thought about running and then there, but the others were so excited he split us into two groups, sent us off on our own. That's bloodshed. But then when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting. Flames were shouting to give no quarter. And my gods, the other group, they were still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll get massacred like mine was. Yeah. I mean, that is a definite progression. Farnham from Diablo 1. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name. Yes, Farnham. That man, his VA went hard on his voice lines. Like, hell yeah. It's okay, Rev. We got it. We have about a half hour on stream. It's good. Reading level is low. I'm actually really good at reading. Like, I can read, like, Tolkien and Silmarillion level stuff. It's when I have to relay it, it's a different issue, right? Like, I could read, like, Paolini. I can even, as much as it's a slog. I mean, I can read Robert Jordan. Ugh. that is a slog, I'll tell you what. The Terrifier she would like to have you, brother, and convince them to lay down their arms. Yes. Thank you, Gav, for not playing since 5D started, though. I apologize about that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a strange game. I'm actually debating getting the Edison format because it's just such an interesting format. It's about 5D's era. I have not seen Iron Blooded. I have seen memes of it. I have heard discussions regarding the nano laminate armor or whatever the coating is that stops beam weapons. I've had to power scale that with friends. It's a neat series. The other refugees are hiding in the cave south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They will sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us without listening to reason. Why the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on the bloody sellswords. They're supposed to train us to fight. As he sent with us vanished during the struggle. If only we had listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous. The gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one woman. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. I mean, yeah. Did somebody say combat? Because I will absolutely combat. Trial by combat? Sign me the fuck up. Yes, reading is easy. Speaking is hard. Yes, absolutely. Still great though. So I liked things. So like, Shadar Lagoth is arguably a really cheesy plot device. I actually really liked Eye of the World, Shadar Lagoth. Perfect. Love it. I've been told it's cheesy. I've been told that it doesn't make sense. How can you be more evil than evil itself? And it's like very easy to humans. It's just I got to book 7, Crown of Swords, and my brain just couldn't after a certain point. Like, I genuinely tried. Maybe I'll give it a try again at some point. Recently, from original stuff, they were in the bag and guess someone spilled. And, yeah. At that point, it's just better to kind of lay that to rest. I don't know. I've been debating on doing like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Community night in the server or something. The issue is like, one, being able to get the setup actually together to do that. Because I actually have my branded deck. I need to actually play a little bit more. I don't know. I'm very interested in maybe getting something like that done in the future. Opposites to G-Witch. Fair enough. 7 Hells, they found us. Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game. Is it sorry to disappoint you last, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Okay, sure. Whatever you say, homie. Not the small. How could I? Must not beat up the small. I really thought my character was running. That was weird. I mean, yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, I'm a little above these guys. I must kill the small. No! Must not curb stomp. I cannot kick the baby like Ike in South Park. I cannot. Actually, I can probably use the 2 now. So did anyone else watch Fuecoco last night from Hololive? The dog twins, they debuted last night. Oh man, it was a great stream. I actually really love Nerissa. Nerissa Ravencroft she is aesthetic. Like, wow. Like, not in like a weird way, right? Like in a like, I actually really like this design. Nerissa Ravencroft is just built different. I like her. She's kind of cool. Kogias is S tier. I mean, yeah. Keep doing the uncanny Minecraft villager. Yeah. So chat came to see the huh. More of the huh. Play Magic the Gathering. Yes, with an asterisk after it. I own Modern Tron. Actually, own both variants of Green and Eldrazi Tron. However, because of the player base that attracts in Idaho, I'm very picky about who I play with here. Let's put it that way. I do play Magic. I have played it, right? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm really picky with who I play with because of the people I've met here. It has attracted some really questionable people. You beat him like that was nothing. Almighty, what are we going to do now? Cry. How about let's not? I have a talent for just being villager, apparently. This is my calling. Like, it can be a fun game. I will argue that the mana system is dated. It is a product of its time, and while simplistic, I'm left wanting more. If you are wanting my bias, Legend of the Five Rings by AEG. Think like Emperor Edition. Emperor Edition's actually where I played, so just think Emperor Edition. And the Naruto card game, about set 21 through 28 was when I played toward the end of the game. Peak card games. Like, those will forever be my 2 favorite systems. So you've returned. Did you find my brother? And what are the twins? What happened? Ah, I see. Well, you had no choice. Better than a handful of them. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than not get butchered by the flames. Yeah. At least they're still alive. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? What merchant? Where else would he be unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others? You stop that sound now, or I'll take your staircase. Right? Life has many doors, Ed boy. But you know what? I'm actually surprised. We haven't seen a good Rolf meme compilation in a few years, right? We haven't seen a good Rolf meme surface. Rolf from Ed and Eddie, the farmer. Oh man, I do love me some Rolf. Let's put it that way. I'm actually a little sad that we haven't had a good Rolf meme surface in a hot minute. I'll just teleport. It's fine. Oh, we're in Gridania. Okay, like, that's weird. Okay, sure. Wait a minute. Did I miss the quest? I missed the quest, didn't I? I didn't watch him eat a slider. Once more succeed in calling for us. Wait a minute. This isn't main quest. Oh, don't mind me. Just kept being an idiot. Different times of the 3 things needed to make a diamond and a waffle. I believe the waffle, yeah. I could believe that. Doesn't have something similar to Master Dueling Book. So, I mean, it does have, what is it, Untap IO or whatever. It's a, like, free to log in and play CCG online kind of thing, but it's, you know, as a niche community. You could theoretically try that. Unlocks in extreme. I need to do that, but I'm saving that for when I'm next online with Rev and or potentially Kiwi. I'll just save that for a bit. So I had to look and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't main story. Find a shady figure. There we go, perfect. Modern Horizon sets still have 1 box seal and sealed 3rd edition revised. Those are kind of hot, Shady. Not gonna lie, those are kind of hot. I mean, Modern Horizons, like, was it both times Modern Horizons have launched, they've just completely redone the modern I play modern is what I play. I don't like standard rotation. I can't do it anymore. I can't keep up with it. I don't have the budget. Let's put it this way. I don't have the budget or the time to know the people that I could play Shahrazad at 4. Because it's banned in every format. I'm the reason Shahrazad's banned in every format. Not because I did it, because, you know, card was, you know, seeing play probably about when I was born. Like, I'm the player that would use for Shahrazad and get into, like, a 5th sub-game. I'm that person at the lobby. That person at the party. Merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone Throw. Was waiting until the flames drew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, let's stop from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of the feudal cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest, and surely lead us to ruin. That's like the Metal Gear Solid "Why are we here to suffer" quote. That's kind of the vibe I got from that. Actually, it's kind of great. Knox Sheldon Guardian for the 2000. I'm jealous of that. I'm actually sad that I didn't. I used to have the Jade Nuki Evil Hero 10 when Evil Heroes came out, but I threw them away so many years ago. Evil Heroes are my jam. Deguza and you see what's done dirty. Bro had to solo Sinanju. It's still an MSC, and that's that. Yeah, like you're literally fighting in the Sinanju, which is already a new type compatible MS from my understanding, right? But also fighting the technical reincarnation of the Red Comet himself. I mean, dude's punching up. Is the last of it. To give you is the last of, wait, what? Last of what? DRP. Hell yeah. Nice. Glad you had a good session. Just to suffer, right? Killing Floor 2 is great. I've seen Vinesauce play it a number of times. Have you seen my parent? Oh, now I'm sad. The jacket, though, it just works. They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left me with a man from Ul'dah. They said that we were going to change everything. Made it so that he could live inside the walls of everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I don't like when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looks so angry, and I got, yeah, it's always the kids that suffer in war. Yes, are you looking for somebody? And I'm looking for that merchant. Which tries members from the Psycho Frame and the Sazabi. Right, there's some new type shenaniganry going on there. Had to find me. What? What's happening? Well, welcome. Welcome. You mean who I left with my parents, but I don't know where he... Is the merchant right there? Is he going to look sus? Is the merchant going to be sus? He's going to be an Amogus, isn't he? Look over, I think that's him. Well, now, which of these gullible souls shall be... Ooh, you're looking shady. He's got the Xehanort eyes. Oh my god, no way. Dexil 2. I'm interested. I just want to give WotC money right now. Let's put it that way. Oh yeah, we dealt with this guy before, right? Back with the Amalja, right? Yeah, no, wasn't he the one that betrayed us before? Oh, that's a... What is that? That's not kidding. What is that? Chrono Katana. So many katanas. What? Are you... 69, nice. Are you sure, Stabin? You've already given me a lot. I do appreciate it. Stick to my Gate Guardian deck. I will stick to Branded. I like Branded. Branded is... I like fusion decks. Let's put it that way. Only if you're sure. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go finish these, and then when I start ending stream, I'm gonna go put those on. Only unless there's one that has a better stat pool for me. Nope. Let me finish the current quest cycle I'm on, and then I will go and do that before stream ends. No money. I appreciate it. The 69 was great. Collector's edition mount. Okay. I'll have to go back and get some of the collector's editions, because some of the collector's edition mounts they look good. Go to raid. It was good to see you, Stabin. Hope you do really good on the raid. Hope you get some drops. I know some of the more modern raids, like what you have, like a one time in a week, like you can run it once to get a reward once a week or something like that. I was vaguely hearing about it because I'm very curious about endgame. Dark Magician deck. I wish I could afford a Dark Magician deck. I can't afford, you know, Illusion of Chaos and stuff. I can't. Why are you pursuing me? Because you're being sussy, bro. The new cards. I haven't actually seen what they've done. I'm very interested in it. Sedition, Treason, Revolution. That's preposterous. I am not the sussest amogus. What you have with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'dah? Nah. Evidence to prove your accusations? None. I mean, I could put your boot under my head, your head under my boot. We could make this happen. I'm not accompanying you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. I mean, that's fine. Mate, do you know what level I am? For the sake of our, let's say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think that I give a Kyrian's arse about politics. It was business, only business. It's fine. Oh, the merchant's about to die, isn't he? He's about to get assassinated. His usage has run out, hasn't it? It's spooked. I love it. It's so good. Ooh, you're a thing. We both know I'm not the one you want, Herb. If you could protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. He's gonna die. He outlived his usefulness. He was made to stir up trouble. And there it is. He was expendable. Alright. Whose ass am I beating? My same structure deck 3 times. I'll probably just do that. I'll probably play super casual in Master Duel because, like, I have the entirety of, like, Dids, Dogmatic, Invoke, Shaddoll, but, like, I don't know, I just can't keep up with the rotation on hitting certain key cards. It's all this commotion. The small has arrived. The small are going to assume I did this. Spread out and search the area. Killer may still be close. I mean, yeah, that is a good argument to make. The 14 red shirt, right? Oh, it's so good. Name my deck list. I mean, yeah, feel free. I know I have a couple messages I have to respond to. I try my best to respond to what messages I can. Hold, adventure. Have you know about your relationship with the victim as well as the events leading up to his death? This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe this murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. That's the one. If anything, I feel the diplomatic immunity from being a Scion played a large part there, because he should have detained me a little bit more for questioning. Part 2 to come out. So Dragonspit's streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake right now. And I want to wait till my model comes out, and at some point I will be doing going through the Final Fantasy franchise. I'm waiting for the next sale to get like Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, like the older ones and stuff, get them on Steam so I can, you know, have ownership of them. But 7, I'm debating if I want to play, because it's been years since last time I played through 7. I was in college, let's put it that way. It's been years. So I don't know if I should play through 7 before I play through 7 Remake again. I'd be very interested to play through 7 again. But I mean, like, Knights of the Round I couldn't do. Or maybe I'll do it. Depends how easy Chocobo breeding is now, how streamlined it is. I go to sleep right after stream since midnight and I have no idea what if I work. Yes. Always prioritize sleep and health. I'm here. I'm doing this full time. I'm on YouTube and I stream to Twitch. I'm going to be streaming more to Twitch, honestly, when I can start getting more of a consistent schedule down in regards to putting out content on YouTube. How much is the PR on Steam? I have actually no idea, honestly. I just wait for Steam sales, honestly, because they go on super cheap. What news, Corporate Kip? Where is the merchant? Oh, he dead, bro. Murdered. Damn it to the 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Corp. He was silenced. Too many knew his face and he was already divulged to secrets. And just kill the weapons. I don't think I've actually killed Ruby. I think I maybe killed Emerald. I don't think I ever killed Ruby. Because I know Ruby weapon in 7, base 7 at least, it was far more efficient to kill all but one person of your party. I know Emerald was kind of a joke if you didn't use more than 4 materia, I think. The materia system at 7 was nutty at the higher levels. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Give me my silver piece. There we go. The Flame General left word for you to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you return. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the results of your own investigation. our own investigation. Master Alphina has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the royal promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. That is a name, son. Bartholomew. Play Master Duel. Sometimes let me know. I love to play against another duelist. I need to be playing more Master Duel. It's just become a matter of it's me trying to find the time to. Let's put it that way. Hopefully soon. It's mostly having time for the grind. It was a pain to find and battle Emerald Weapon. Well, so Emerald actually was the easier of the two from everything I've heard. Is that a crab? Crab! I love him. What was I saying? Yes. Emerald Weapon. Emerald Weapon, if you limited yourself to 4 materia, because his attack, I think his Emerald Beam or whatever, scaled off of how many materia you had equipped. So therefore, you had to equip as little materia as possible, and I think 4 was the sweet spot. Raids in here with all the weapons, by the way. I do know that Emerald and Ruby Weapon are in the... I think Diamond Weapon is too. I don't remember the context of Diamond, but I mean, I'm also not to that point in the story yet. Also Minerva. So I'm in Crisis Core Remake, right? Crisis Core Reunion, Final Fantasy XIV. Because I've played through that on stream. You actually go to the VOD channel, Kizuna Kip TV, if you will, right? I actually went through hard mode on Crisis Core New Game Plus, and I really love Crisis Core. I really love that game. But I did do Minerva. I had to do her off stream on normal. Minerva is built different. Let's put it that way. Like, wow. She is rough in that game. That was cute. It also gets very hard. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I just need to get up to that point. Like, as I said, my biggest thing is I need to make sure I can go from not things to, you know, getting my job classes. I have circled this like 3 times. Where am I going? It might be easier for me to just find a stone at this point. Yeah, I'm aware that every time I try to navigate the interior of Ul'dah, I always get lost. This is one of those like maps that you will watch me loop like 4 times. Goblins doesn't care. Get Punch of Minerva, right? What was it? It wasn't Costly Punch. It was Gill Toss. Gill Toss and Costly Punch are like the 2 best materia in the game. It's wild. Maybe. Yes, I need you. Chamber roll. There we go. Okay. And then we need to go that way. I always hate navigating this. Just because my brain just doesn't understand it. Modern Armor 3 on my laptop makes it hot. Yes, no, mods will especially tax a system. I mean, like, so I was looking at some, like, Oblivion mods recently, Elder Scrolls 4. And, like, some of those mods, I'm like, this is going to be graphically intensive. It's great. Where is... Social Panner? And then... There you go. I got you. We've been expecting you, madame. Please proceed inside. Yes, give me my silver pieces. It's a Black Shroud 1.0. I'll have to. Like, some of these older maps intrigue me. I know it's the Moon City.
To determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room.
Gonna be sus.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination.
I mean, yeah.
Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence.
Mm-hmm.
Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
So that's a really good question, Shady.
Attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated.
So I've debated on, and this is one of those that I wanted to wait till I got a little bit larger because it just, I don't know if it would make financial sense or not. I was debating on a P.O. box. But see, the thing with that is I'm going to get people sending me like, Kip, get in the maid outfit. Kip, get in the stockings. And I'm just like, do I want to open myself up to that? Maybe. I don't know. I hear stockings are comfy. I digress. I've been debating on it. As of right now, there's not really anything. I have been tossing the idea around of a P.O. box, but it's one of those things that, like, I have it. I don't expect anything, if that makes sense, right? Like, yeah. Because, you know, home address gets weird. We assured the day that the attack was born of miscommunication. Emotions run high. They happen. Suspicions raised regarding the unit's commanding officer or interrogation. 14.
Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order.
Mm-hmm.
A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Oh, this is the sussy one, right? Right, see, that's what I'm saying. Oh, no. In 14, I'm fine. I got to go actually get the bunny outfit. That's why I actually grind the golden saucer every day. I'm going to get the full bunny chief outfit soon. Black Shroud ammo. Okay, perfect. Thank you for posting that, Tamsin. All I'm saying is I hear stockings are legit.
Teleji Adeleji.
Got him.
He spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Because he has an agenda, and if anything, Alphino is showcasing that his act of kindness has now exonerated him in the just generalized consciousness of many.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
Uh-huh.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I have to actually go look and see what our local P.O. box has.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
Yeah. It's something I have pondered, but I haven't really set any, like, I'm going to make one yet, if that makes sense. We'll see.
The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Allagan ruins, of which no record exists.
Ah, the Allagons.
There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day.
Makes sense. Make sure no one's able to take over it without others consenting.
Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement.
Right. Yes, hello. How's it going, Mushmallow? No, they're not expensive at all. It's one of those that, like, it's just like a like a subscription to, like, big boy Netflix, right? It's one of those that you just drop like $30-ish on it a month. $5 a month standard flat rate everywhere. Base scaling on size. Right. Well, it depends if I want to get a bigger one or not, right? I've debated on this. I'm not because I feel like if I open it up, the biggest thing is that people are gonna be like, oh, well, you expect this. I really don't. Like, I'm just vibing. I'm good. And we still have allies there for the interest of, right? Okay, makes sense.
Conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations.
Mm-hmm. Isn't this Frontlines lore?
Knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill.
Mm-hmm.
A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way.
Land rights?
If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Allagan ruin.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really enjoying chilling, laughing, having a nice time, Twitch reactions. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm glad that people are enjoying it. I'm glad you are, Real Nemesis 420. I'm here to entertain, and I like that a lot of people enjoy my voice, even though I've always kind of just felt weird at mine. You know, glad to be of entertainment and hope that you continue to enjoy the content. Good to see you. I mean, yeah, that makes sense, having land rights. Ugh. PO Box first thing is drawing of Kip eating Tic Tacs. I mean...
The unity of the Eorzean Alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Yes, it would. He does not care. I mean, I'd probably get some sussy shit in the mail, let's be real.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
Yeah. He do be sus.
The less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution.
Mm-hmm.
His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just political posturing. Makes sense.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Profit. Notoriety. Control. I mean, any of the above. Yes. No. P.O. boxes can... I didn't actually know they could outside of the size, but yes, no. The reason I would do a P.O. box is because, one, you know, address. One, I'd be moving from this address at some point. I said in the next 2 years, I'm hoping to get out of Idaho. Hoping is the keyword. But even then, it's just like, it gives a little more anonymity because being a content creator, influencer, quote unquote, right? If you will. I'm very worried about doxing, and I'm very worried about, you know, stuff like that. So even if it's just a little anonymity, I try. I mean, like Vinesauce, Vinny Vinesauce has his P.O. box. I think it's in Staten Island, right? And we know he lives in Staten Island, or at least used to live in Staten Island. So, I mean, like, it's not what other people... it's not... Other people have done this, I should say, right? Other people have done this. It's not unbeknownst. Like he from Wind Waker. Kinda, yeah. Back up north, the cockroaches are big. Cockroaches are built different. Put it that way. Here, the ones in Vegas are rough. I had a buddy who used to live in Vegas. So, what would he risk? Yes. Omega. What? What? I missed something. I missed a lot of context there.
Polygon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger. We know not. It has yet to be fully
Because he doesn't need to care about political posturing if he has complete control. Ultima showcasing. Ah, ha, ha. Rule through fear. That's the one.
Polygon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats.
Yeah.
Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
Mm-hmm.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut?
I'm very curious, actually. So, if the Heart of Sabik is an Ultima, what powers Omega? Because apparently, and this is going forward in the story, I know 6-4, like we just got, right, was the first mention of the Heart of Sabik in, like, since ARR. So I'm very curious. Sam Ridgel from Critical Role. That's kind of hot, actually. I kind of dig that. I mean, to be fair, Japanese Kit Kat tasting would be based. Chat, that'd be amazing.
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
Mm-hmm.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this isn't Stormblood? Okay.
If someone were
With
to
raids.
restore it, as the Carlians did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Right.
Power enough to subjugate Ul'dah like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
Mm-hmm.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
Yeah. That's why he lives in Summoned Shadow for that long.
Of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Ul'dah.
Yeah, that's true. That Nanamo is wise beyond her years.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Mm-hmm. Now we have to deal with this. See, here's the thing, is that him posturing with that reclamation bill is now forcing the Scions to deal with this, because they can't ignore something that is potentially worse than Ultima, and that at that point falls into our jurisdiction. That is, yeah, that's the one. He roll. Look at him. He roll. Alphino's mind. 2 people. One of them is Terry. Yeah. Should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought in all this chaos was the product of woman's lust for power sickens me. Yeah. I mean, it's story old as time, to be fair. Not only do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions, they would, that they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you're already well positioned to do so. Corporal Kit, please keep us informed of the developments in Cartno. Be gone. There's no place for children. What? Who says? Who is there? Oh, it's okay. It's her. It's from the. She's from the camp. It's okay. If Alphino's getting involved, they're in good hands. So you're looking for the man who lived with my parents? Yes, Alphino. Very, very briefly. And then shit happened. Sent through as well, I see. Did you find that man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. Feel like we can go and look for them together. Alphino is just the unit. He is the GOAT. But first we need to finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me a secret, you see. No one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by the pillar over there. Fire but a moment. Yeah, it's a good way to diffuse the situation and build rapport. Maybe nobody will know what to do. Legion of Garleans and Ether starved primal. Even dealing with an Ossium would be preferable to the charade. I mean, yeah. When you're dealing with world-ending events and suddenly politics get involved, suddenly you want to deal with the world-ending events. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither, and you're in response to threats that arise without concern for the strain. It places on our limited resources and ourselves. Time has come for a change. Minfilia, and it's sudden, but I must ask you to return to the Revenant's toll with due haste. Situation in 12 Zod is taken in turn for the worst. I will explain in detail once you arrive. Black Mage that shrouds the face. Potentially. I would assume so. Yeah, world-ending events are simple. Catastrophes like that are simple. Politics are not. People are not. People are... What did I word it? So you know how like in D&D you have a chaotic neutral, right? Lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil, neutral good, neutral evil, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil. Humans are chaotic. They're lawful chaotic. That's the one. That is humans. The battle that she spoke of has been confirmed as exile activity, which leaves the sylphs. Appearance of the primal takes precedence over all else. When you arrive, you inform the antecedent that while I am grateful or concerned, she needn't fear for my safety. I'm more capable of protecting myself. So it sounds like potentially... I'm curious how this is going to end, though. So one way I'm thinking, this is just me projecting at this point, because we're actually going to be ending stream here in a minute. One way I'm projecting this is that Shiva's going to be the primal we're about to go up against from the Ixali. Or, you know, or likewise, quote unquote, beast tribe, right? Or we deal with Shiva, and then we go into this political thing again, right? We delve more into the politics, and this ends that would end the patch. I'm very curious what way it's gonna take, because I'm really not sure, actually. I have to go and do some glamour things really quick. Just chaos. I mean, honestly, like, There is beauty in chaos. There's simplicity in law. It's finding a balance. Gameplay for Armored Core 6. I have not. I actually haven't seen anything for Armored 6. Armored Core 6. I'm kind of interested. Going pretty well. Mr. Matt does stuff. How's it going with you? It's been a hot minute. It is getting late as well, so I try to be like, you know, well, logically, if time was not an issue, say for example, I had nobody that needed to sleep for a morning shift where I lived, right? I could be going for the next like 6 hours. But I'm also like, that's not fair to people in chat that, you know, want to come and they want to see Kip, and they're like some people feel obligated. If you need sleep, if you need food, don't ever feel obligated to stay. I'm putting as much as I can up on the VOD channel now that that's seeing a lot of success. Now it's seeing a lot of, which, thank you everybody. We already surpassed 100 subs on the Kaiju Kip TV channel. I really appreciate that. Where am I going? Yeah, this is just 14 things. Just looks, sees miqo'te dancing on a table. Yeah, that's 14. That's 14 in a nutshell. I'm looking for the stupid... Oh, where is he? Is it? It's not you, is it? Yeah, fine, I'll do you. It's fine. 14 stream curses your gameplay maybe. And I do like playing 14. I play the game in a very odd way. I am aware that playing the game in this fashion is not necessarily it's not really any sort of convenient, streamlined anything like that. I just can't stand grinding, which it helps me get Staff of the Demon. What are you? Oh yeah, I forgot I had that actually. Educators, Stars Glamour. Trying to find all my stuff. Give me a second. Mogtana. Blade of the Vortex. Ah. Mighty Thunderstroke. I mean, to be fair, I did not die tonight in Trials, which is huge improvement over how I used to be. The fact that I did not die in Trials tonight is fucking amazing. Oh god, that is a blade. Oh, that is right up my alley because of how new Kip has a design with lightning in mind. That is kind of hot, actually. Vortex is kind of great. I like that. Moogle Mogtana. I kind of love it. I don't know what the difference between those two is. I kind of love that. Mighty Thunderstroke. That is... I do love that. Thank you for that present. I do appreciate that. It really is. It's... I feel like I definitely have an aesthetic, if you will. Oh, God. It's such a cool fucking katana. I love that shit. That is amazing. Stabbin', thank you for the sub as well. I definitely appreciate it. You've done a lot this stream. Thank you. Proceed to pull it out. Yes, that is my next step. I was gonna do that. It even glows. That's really pog. I absolutely love this. I really can't wait to show my new model because like the lightning aesthetic will make sense. It's so fucking good. I love it. All those go. Oh, it's amazing. I'll have to test them out. I'm very curious about all of those. I think at this time, I think that is going to do it for me tonight, unfortunately. I've had a lot of fun tonight, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. And, oh, right, because I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a peek. So Kip got some art done, and it'll make more sense. This is actually going to be the Kip After Dark tag on Twitter, which does exist. It is the 18+ tag. Let's just put it that way. There is some art involving this character. Let's put it that way. But alas, that is going to be it for now. That is your teaser for the end of the stream. Let us see who is live right now, because I know Dragon Spit was having her birthday. She might still be playing 7. She is still playing 7. So here's what I want, chat. Let's go over to say hi to Dragon Spit and make sure you guys wish her a happy birthday, because Dragon Spit's doing excellent work. Absolutely love their content. They're going through 7 Remake. Just stop in, say hi. Do the PP. Generate. Yes. No, thank you. I appreciate it.